widespread severe weather outbreak, though there will be some thunderstorms around. On to tonight, windy all night long, couple of showers and thunder showers, 62 on Friday, partly sunny, but still some showers and thunderstorms around on Friday, 83. I noticed a little bump in the humidity. Friday night still unsettled, Saturday still unsettled with periods of showers and some thunderstorms, 65. Easter Sunday, sunny and cooler, 55 on Sunday, sunrise, 6:40. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It is a cloudy sky, 72 degrees. The feels like is 65 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Thursday to everybody. Have another late start tomorrow. Cardinals game at noon in Detroit, so that'll be fun to listen to, obviously. And we won't get out of the show. We'll be here probably 3:30ish, so you can look forward to that. How's everyone? How's everyone? Everyone good?
Doing just fine.
Good. Hello to Vic. Hello to J-Dub. On the stream, you guys can watch us, such as it is, on Facebook or YouTube. I always hesitate on that one. Okay, let's start out the show with good news, since we have lots of bad news. I thought the launch of the Artemis 2 last night was amazing. I may have seen some of the original launches because I'm old enough, but I also had parents who didn't care. So, I'm sure they didn't grab me and be like, you're going to be the one to remember this. So this was one of my first launches like this, and I thought it was so cool, so amazing. I thought that it was one of those moments. I think it was a win for humanity, right? I mean, it's about the United States and our space program, and that's great, and I'm very proud. But just, it's a win for humanity to see what we can do. And I have to point out, they're about to go farther than any human has ever gone from the Earth.
Yeah.
And guess who's piloting? A Glover.
Oh.
That's right. My cousin Victor.
Nice.
Godspeed, Vic.
You'll see him at Christmas, right?
Probably. How cool is that, though?
That's
Man.
neat.
The human who's gone farthest from the Earth is a Glover.
Right, because they're going to do kind of a whip around the moon, so they're going to go
Yes.
the back side of it, and we've never been back there before.
Yeah.
Man, what if we find something there? We're like,
What
we
if
had
the
no
alien
idea.
base is real?
What
Yeah.
if,
What if it's real?
what if they're all undressed? They're like, whoa. What?
They're like,
Yeah.
you guys can
Hey.
see over here.
You could knock first.
Bunch of naked aliens.
Yeah, we're going to be 4,000. The closest we'll be to the moon is 4,000 miles, which seems like a lot. But they said that it would be as if it was a basketball at the end of your arm. So that's pretty big.
Mhm.
And then they will be 250,000 miles away from the Earth. For comparison, the International Space Station is 250 miles from
Right.
the Earth.
Right.
So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you think of that, right? You're like 4,000 miles. That's not very close. Yeah, well, the moon is like 240,000 miles away. Like, so you're closing the gap by
Yeah.
a hell of a lot. It's a lot closer look than we would get any other way.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, good point. So anyway, I thought that was very cool, and I'm very glad I got to see it. And I was texting everyone, texting the family, Phoebe's out and Nick's out, and texting you guys like it's 10 minutes,
Yeah.
minus 10 minutes.
We were watching it here in the studio. It was pretty great.
Yeah, pretty cool.
How long
Pretty
does
cool.
it take him to get there?
The whole
It's like a week and a half,
the whole
right?
thing's 10 days.
Yeah.
A couple days.
I think it's 5 or 6 days it'll take them to be there.
Yeah, to be at that furthest distance, right?
Yeah.
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 It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Now let's get back to landing on that Swiss cheese thing.
Yeah. I wonder when that's scheduled.
Of course, there has to be like, I don't know, what are we doing? Just doing it? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe there should be a goal to it rather than
Well,
just doing
I
it.
mean, I think they have goals. Whether they're reachable or not, I don't know. But I think that we have a plan of setting up some sort of permanent base there. At least that's what the smart guys were saying last night.
I mean, it's the only. Well, it's not the only, but it's probably the best way, the most efficient way to go deeper into space.
yes.
Because anything launching from there is launching outside of gravitational pull, would take less fuel. So if you have something there, it's kind of like basically a way station, right, or a gas station, essentially.
Like in the very good Brad Pitt movie Ad Astra. If you like slow, boring space movies, which I do.
Yeah.
They launched to Mars from the moon, and they launched to Neptune from Mars.
Right.
Which I guess is the way they would do it.
I mean, it makes sense.
Luke says they said the goal is 2028, and China's hoping to be there by 2030.
There you go.
Well, we'll have quite a welcome for them, won't we?
Yeah. What about the alien base, though?
Okay.
The only sad thing about that story, though, is the number of people that will call anything we see from their AI.
Well, I thought about that. In fact, I wrote down flat earthers.
Yeah.
What did flat earthers do with last night?
The rocket launched, but it can't go past a certain point. It's just a show.
Yeah, I one thing I've never been able to understand is like, what does NASA and the government and all these, what do they get out of duping
don't
us?
know.
Like,
Not just NASA.
because
The
for
world.
me, like,
Going back thousands of years when we first figured out that we lived on a
Right.
sphere.
Right, because of shadows and the way the sun.
that guy to now, it's been a giant conspiracy.
Like in ancient Egypt, they figured this out, and we got people now that are like, nope.
yeah, because unless there was a rocket being launched to do a little swing around the moon last night, I'm really not thinking about it that much.
No.
You know, like I'm only thinking about it because they're bringing it up. Why would they be bringing it up all the time?
Right.
Like,
Right.
I don't understand.
I thought this kind of put things in perspective. Yesterday was the 50th birthday of Apple.
Oh, cool.
So, like 50 years is a good long time, but it's well within my lifetime. It's within Wheeler's lifetime. And you think, to me, that's sort of the beginning. You know, like when Apple started, I wasn't, clocking it because I was 12, but that's sort of the beginning of the new tech age to me. And to think that we've only been in it for 50 years is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. I mean, just thinking about the fact that when I was a kid, still, like, I don't know, this whole computer, like it was very common to not know anything about computers, or maybe like your
Very.
family didn't even have a computer. Maybe you only had dial-up internet. And now it's just, that's the way the world runs. It just seems insane that anyone would like not have access to these things, but it's been within my lifetime.
Yeah. God, there's so I have 3 pages of show prep today, and sometimes that's hard because I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm just better off kind of faking the whole show and doing 4 hours of improv.
It's like, where's that other thing again?
Speaking of adventures, speaking of bravery, can you tell us about KFC today?
Oh boy.
Oh boy, it was rough down there. It's just a bad experience. It's kind of like that with any fast food place in the city. It's just a terrible experience, man. I mean, it's just every time you go in there, it's like a whole new set of employees, and they don't know what, they don't know what's going on. They don't know what they're doing, and yeah, you just.
Well, it's going back on the
tough.
no-fly list. I told
Yeah.
Andrew, I was like, we're not doing this anymore. Because we had the period of time where it's like, we just don't do that. And then for whatever reason, I think I might have been like gone that day or something. You guys like went back and it was fine. But it's back on the, I'm personally not going there anymore.
I mean, someone owns that KFC.
Someone. I would love to talk to them for a few minutes. I would love to hear. Waffle houses will often, hire people on like a 1-day basis. Like if
Yeah,
you're just kind of making your way through town or
Yeah,
whatever, you
yeah.
can.
Which I've always
work-
thought was very cool.
It is very cool, and I wonder if like this KFC offers a similar deal. But the difference being like Waffle House is built for it, and like this KFC is not.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like not knowing, what goes on the sandwiches or whatever when you order them.
Speaking of Waffle House,
Oh boy.
this is
I know where you're going.
Do ya?
I think.
The FEMA guy?
Yes.
Have you guys heard about this?
That's insane.
The guy who runs FEMA,
Oh my God.
Trump's guy, he runs recovery and response efforts, has very openly talked about how he has transported many times in his life. And it's not funny and it's very scary. And one second he's here and the next second he's somewhere else. And he once transported 50 miles to a Waffle House. And another time his car left the highway and flew through the air and landed at a church. And it's like, and he's running FEMA.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like I'm not trying to be insensitive, but that sounds like someone who has like a drug problem.
Yeah, he
Like,
says he says he
remember
teleports.
the last 16 hours. I must have been
Yeah.
abducted by aliens. I'm not saying that's the case every time, but it's like, yeah,
Dude.
it's,
This guy's
I
like,
woke up at a Waffle House.
I've been teleported many times. Like, no, you haven't.
Yeah, not once.
Not once. You've never been teleported. Stop it. The question is, does he actually believe that?
Yeah.
And if
No.
he does,
No, he
he needs treatment.
Why would he say it if he didn't?
He's lying.
But why would you lie about that?
Probably because he doesn't want to get in trouble for whatever
Yeah.
what he was
I was
actually
gonna
doing.
say.
Yeah, it's probably a way of
I
like
don't even know
explaining
how I
things to
got
the
here.
wife.
Yeah.
No, I'm
She's
like,
No, I got
she's
no,
like,
I got
"Where were you?"
teleported to the strip
I got
club.
teleported.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
The aliens took me to the strip club. I lost the last 16 hours. I don't know what
And
happened.
boy, does my butt hurt.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, let's give that guy an important job. That's pretty great. I got teleported against my will.
CNN reports that Phillips recently took to social media to further defend the claims, writing, "I know what I experienced, and haters gonna hate."
Oh, did you hear his big quote? Don't mock God.
Oh, for God's sake.
That was his
Wait,
big
sorry.
quote.
Didn't mean to. That was unintended.
Yeah.
Nobody's mocking God. We're mocking you.
Yeah, we're mocking you. Because you think you teleported to a Waffle House.
Yeah. With zero evidence to back you up. Like, if you had a person in the room with you and all of a sudden you just disappeared, and then we
Right.
could see on like a surveillance camera at the Waffle House that you were suddenly there. Okay, maybe we could start having a conversation about something weird going on. But you just saying, trust me, bro, doesn't make it real.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. I just teleported to the moon and back. It was amazing. I didn't even mean to do it.
Yeah, that one really got me.
But again, runs FEMA. You know, if it's a normal person, you're just like, okay,
Yeah.
have a good day, buddy.
Right. Yeah.
This guy's got an important job, and he thinks he's being
Yeah. It's my cousin Larry. He thinks he
Involuntary-
teleports to the Waffle House. It's-
he's been involuntarily teleported.
I'm sorry, I'm just reading through this story. Dude, this is
It's insane. I mean that in the technical definition.
Yeah.
Not like just making fun of the guy. Like there's something wrong.
Yeah, he's saying that it's an example of modern day miracles by Jesus.
Why would they teleport you to the Waffle House?
Right.
Like if there was
Right.
some kind of
Yeah, I need
religious
to start, I
meaning
need
to it, why
start-
wouldn't it be someplace meaningful or something insightful or whatever?
I think God needs to report to the conference room and do some explaining. We got a lot of really serious problems going on. We have wars. I have friends and family fighting cancer, and you're taking your time to teleport this jackass to the Waffle House?
Yeah. Part of the reason
Priorities.
why it just doesn't make sense.
Part of.
Well, there are other reasons too.
Tell you guys about my buddy Stewie, Stewart's American Mortgage. And let me just bottom line it for you first. No one can give you the deal on a mortgage that Stewie can give you. Slight correction. They could. It's legal for them to do it. They have just decided not to because everyone but Stewie uses commission salespeople, helps them sell more. They're salespeople. Whereas Stewie and Jordan, his son, originate every loan. So they don't pay commission salespeople. So they save a bunch of money. That's expensive, right? So rather than putting that money in their pocket, they decided years ago to be unique and to use that money to pay all of the fees. Fees are the way that a lot of mortgage people make a lot of the money. So you're just being charged less for better service with Stewie. You can call him anytime, day or night, text him. I'm going to give you his cell phone number right now. Whether you're doing a refinancing, a debt consolidation, original loan, no one can touch Stewie. I promise. No one's going to beat him. 314-324-4440, 314-324-4440. Google the Bagel Loan. Call the Bagel Loan because Bagel looks like a zero and it's zero fees. NMLS 226715.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price as 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
A lot of people are getting their air conditioners tuned up and ready to go for the summer, and we're getting a lot of calls of people saying they want a second opinion, to have us come out and requesting us to come out there and take a look at their air conditioners. They've been told that they need a new one, and the repair is quite costly, and it might be best for them to replace the air conditioner and then repair it. If you're in that situation, please give me a call, because there is truly some opportunities here for you that we could save you lots of money, because I'm sure you're going to be shocked. We have the equipment that still works best for you with your budget. It's pretty much the best. Is what I would put in my home, is what I would recommend. Give me a call. It's Bart Inman. One easy number, the easiest number in Missouri and Illinois. That is 314-293-2600. Or the online thing, and that is bartinman.com. That's Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com. God bless.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Retirement. Exciting in one way, scary in others. How do you find the financial advisor that covers all the bases? Join Greg Ayler Saturdays at 1 on Fire Your Financial Advisor.
100 years of service and still at your service. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. Fred Bottomer and I just had the weakest greeting between two men of all time. You know how you start to throw baseball, then you stop? Fred and I ran into each other about 5 minutes ago, said hello. Then we ran into each other again, and you don't know what to do. And he goes like this. He goes, Dave. And I went like this, Fred. Swear to God, I just whispered it to myself.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been way worse, actually. I think you did well.
No, thanks.
By Rachel's standards, anyway. I usually say hello again, and I don't think people like it very much. But I don't know what else to do, so that's usually what I do.
Oh, here it is. We'll have a little Trump fun here. He literally said this. This is a quote. I'm not like making it up or putting it in his mouth. They were asking him about his presidential library, which is going to be a high-rise skyscraper in Miami. And he said, quote, I don't like museums or libraries, so my presidential library will actually be a hotel in Miami.
What?
That's pretty funny.
Hey, maybe the other guy can teleport there.
Why Miami, I wonder?
I guess it's the closest place to his.
Yeah, it's the
stomping
closest
grounds.
place you could
It's-
put a high rise to.
Yeah.
To
Like Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago, yeah.
Also, I thought sometimes Trump he says out loud what we're all thinking about him. And let's play clip 1. I thought this was a really interesting take from him.
My friend, great show. I love this guy. He's so nice to me every time I watch, and I appreciate. We're not supposed to be seduced that way, right? But I am. When somebody's nice to me, I love that person. Even if they're bad people, I couldn't care less. I'll fight to the end for them. So I appreciate it.
See, that's the kind of thing I've been saying about him for years.
I mean,
is that he's the easiest person to manipulate. All you have to do is lavish him with praise, and he doesn't care who you are or what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And he just said it.
Yep.
After all these years. Now I'm feeling like, now what do I do? Like, he just said it, and still no one cares.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he wasn't wrong when he said I could be walking down Fifth Avenue and shoot someone.
Yeah,
and
how
nobody would care.
prescient was
I know
that?
it's not. I mean, it's not literally true, but it's figuratively true. Like he just flat out said the thing out loud that everybody's been saying about him, like it's no big deal. Like, yeah, I don't care if you're a bad guy, just say nice things to me, I'll like you.
Yeah,
like that's not a good admission. That's not.
It's not.
It's not
okay.
okay.
What you think you're doing, you're not doing.
That's not a flex.
John Thomas brings up, what about the Reese's peanut butter cups? Did you hear this?
No.
Okay, I saw a story about this, but I didn't click because it was posted on April Fool's Day, so I didn't know.
They are going back to chocolate.
Going back from whatever mix
Yes.
that's not totally named chocolate because it doesn't have enough chocolate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So is it like a 2% difference? Are they like, like is it like we're going full blown regular old chocolate now?
I don't know, but I don't know why you're so protective of the chocolate industry.
I'm not.
You
I'm
seem to have
protective
their
of Reese's.
You seem to have their back,
I am protective of Reese's.
which is the chocolate industry.
No, it's just the peanut butter and chocolate industry.
Well,
I don't care about chocolate by itself.
Hershey's also is now trying to explain why when you try to break off a piece of a classic Hershey's bar, it just bends. And I guess it's the whole too much wax, not enough chocolate.
Wax?
It just
Yeah.
bends?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. I've not tried it. We could do an experiment right now. But people like they're posting videos of trying to break a piece off and it just bends. So
I feel like they just need to try a little harder.
to break it.
It's gonna break.
See,
Yeah, last time I had a Hershey bar, it broke. It wasn't like, oh,
I mean, it's soft, so it's like it does do that little flexy thing. But if you just keep going, it's gonna break.
You are MAGA chocolate.
No, I'm kind of with wheels on this. I didn't.
Oh no, he turned her.
No, with the Reese's thing, I was like, okay, maybe they're using a slightly different chocolate recipe as they did in the past, but I can't taste the difference, so it doesn't really matter to me. You know, like it would be one thing if the product tasted vastly different, then I'd be like, yeah, go back to the old formula. But I ate a good amount of Reese's cups and I wasn't noticing anything.
Man, you guys are deniers.
I've never had one Reese's cup I thought was different from any other.
Oh, now I'm alone.
Yep, you
You know,
are.
it's just
Well, how about I mean, like
you
And
don't
then
you
there
don't,
was
you don't
one-
eat Reese's though.
I've had them.
Like we eat Reese's
yeah,
like
I worship
Yeah,
Reese's.
we
eat
eat
like
a lot of Reese's around
2 a
here.
week.
I have RDS.
Oh, I see. Yes. So if I just knew Reese's like you knew Reese's,
That's exactly right.
you would understand that Reese's are just friggin' fine.
You don't know them like we do, Dave.
Reese's
Okay.
is telling us that like it doesn't matter if it's the worst person in the world. If they
No.
flatter Reese's.
It doesn't matter
they
if it's
love
the
it.
worst chocolate
And
in the
we're-
world.
We're the people in the crowd laughing.
If it's got
going like,
peanut butter, it's still the best.
Reese's is so funny.
We could take 2% of chocolate out of these candy bars, and these idiots
I
wouldn't
mean,
do anything.
Seriously, who eats Reese's for the chocolate?
Good question.
It's a compliment. It's all about the peanut butter. That's what you go for if you're going for the Reese's because you want the peanut butter.
Man, I'm a little scared.
By the way, this is from the story that I saw on this. It said that the ingredient changes that are coming by 2027 will impact less than 3% of Reese's products and less than 1% of Hershey's.
But
So,
shouldn't you want them to be the best they can be?
I don't know. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm I like them.
Are they going to be healthier?
That's the road that you're turning down here, Dave, is that we all think there's nothing wrong with them. So when you say, like, they're not as good as they could be, we say
they're fine.
So.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Our unsettled weather pattern remains stuck, looking for mostly cloudy skies as we go through our Thursday afternoon. There'll be a couple of showers, a couple of thunder showers, but the action is going to be somewhat limited. Let's call it breezy, 79. Tonight, let's call it windy all night long with a couple of showers and thunderstorms around, 62. Friday, partly sunny, increased humidity on Friday with some showers and thunderstorms around, 83 degrees. Friday night, showers and some storms, 55. Saturday, showers and some storms, 65. Sunday for Easter, sunny and cooler. Sunday is dry and a high of 55. This is not a severe weather outbreak. There's going to be some thunderstorms around between now and Saturday evening, but it's not a widespread outbreak. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
So my friend, Dr. Matt Bays at Bays Sports Medicine is a niche practice. But the thing about a niche anything is that when it's the niche you need, that's really great for you or your family. And what he does is he does structural stuff, okay? So you twist an ankle, you blow out a knee, whatever the injury happens to be, something that you would be somewhere between going to the emergency room or just going straight to an orthopedic surgeon. He lives in that middle. So he can help you out with fresh injuries. If you need true surgery, then he'll send you to someone like Dr. Corey Solman. They're good friends. And he's very, very good with chronic pain, chronic injuries. So whether you know exactly what it is, oh, yeah, man, I got tackled this one time in high school football and separated my shoulder. It's never been the same. I can tell when it's going to rain, whatever. He can use conventional medicine or he can use regenerative medicine, fancy word for stem cell injections. Great guy, great doctor, and very focused on customer service. He thinks way too many doctors spend way too much time letting you vegetate out in the waiting room. 636-735-3003, BaysSportsMed.com.
Spring cleaning rule number 1, out with the old, in with the new. And frankly, your family's old internet connection is a dinosaur. Upgrade to the 1 gig modern family standard from i3 Broadband. It's 100% true in-home fiber with equal upload and download speeds, so your teenager's gaming won't crash your video call. Even better, we're currently offering our longest price guarantees ever on our gig speed internet services. Say goodbye to exploding promo prices and hello to budget certainty. Visit i3broadband.com/radio and start your spring off right.
Hi, St. Louis. This is Ben Barnett with Timberline Tree Care. I'm really excited to announce another reason why we should be taking care of your trees. Timberline is now the only tree care provider anywhere to offer full spectrum tree maintenance programs that are fully guaranteed. Here's how it works. You call Timberline and an ISA certified arborist will meet you at your home. We will develop a plan that includes soil testing and amendment, fertilization, any necessary pesticide applications, and annual inspections by an ISA certified arborist. But here's the best part. Maintenance pruning of your tree is included in this plan. And in the unlikely event that your tree dies while under our care, we will remove it for free. All you have to do is call us and sign up for the plan. We will take care of literally everything from there. There's no obligation, and you can cancel at any time. For tree care that is guaranteed, call Timberline Professional Tree Care at 636-479-7475 or find out more at stltreecare.com.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS 134. So I heard Chris and Amy talking about this on their show today when I was driving in, but I didn't hear the sound. And when I came in today, Wheeler brought it up, and I'm like, yeah, let me hear what they said. I can't believe it. And I heard it, and it was so much worse than I thought it was going to be. During the broadcast, I guess yesterday, against the Mets broadcasters were talking about how empty St. Louis is, and here's what it sounded like.
The only thing missing from that picture, as is often missing from every picture we show of downtown St. Louis, no people.
No people. Well, you know, they want it to look picturesque. You can see a car driving by on the right. That's the only sign of life.
But there's never anybody walking around in downtown St. Louis.
Not very often, you're right.
It's like, remember the old neutron bomb that wouldn't knock down buildings but just would eliminate all the people? It's like one of those hit St. Louis.
I guess it's just the photo op. People then run and hide, so they're not in the photo.
Okay, first of all, you can go F yourself. Okay? New York pieces of crap. Secondly, they're kind of right.
I was going to say, does that sound like anything different than what people here say?
Nope. I just don't like outsiders saying it.
See, I saw a bunch of this online. And I'm like, you're all the same people that crap on downtown all the time.
Yeah.
We're not trying to crap on it, but we want it to get fixed.
Yep.
But, what is our big thing? You've said it a million times.
Yep.
There's no people.
It's sort of like knowing you've gained some weight, and then you see someone and they're like, oh, man, dude, you're looking a little chunky. You're like, I knew it. I friggin' knew it. I knew
Well,
it.
I guess I just question, what do they get out of pointing that out? What is the point of them saying anything about that? What did they get out of that? Because it is just kind of mean, right? Like, we know there's not people down here. Why are you taking time out of your broadcast to roast the city of St. Louis?
I don't know if it was their intent to do that, but I mean, I think what you're
You don't
seeing.
think that was an intent to roast us?
I don't think maybe, but I know this. These guys travel to every major city in the country. So if it seems weird to them, they're probably a pretty good reviewer for what cities look like.
Sure.
I mean,
And
not
what
just
they
New
said
York, because they
wasn't
see
inaccurate. It is accurate what they said. I just wonder what they gain by saying it repeatedly in that way on a MLB broadcast.
Like my analogy of telling someone that they've gained weight.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's just like, oh, okay, well, thanks so much. Enjoy your time in the city.
Yeah.
It's rude. I find it rude.
Well, I mean, it is, but at some point, we know it's true. We've all talked about it. I mean, like, people here say those things.
Yes, and we live here.
Yeah. Well, I know, but I mean, like, it's still the same thing. I get it. Like, oh, well, other guys shouldn't say it because that makes it worse. Maybe, but
Let's
the
listen to, I
underlying
want to hear
truth
it
is
again.
the problem.
I'm going to play it again.
The only thing missing from that picture, as is often missing from every picture we show of downtown St. Louis, no people.
No people. Well, you know, they want it to look picturesque. You can see a car driving by on the right. That's the only sign of life.
But there's never anybody walking around in downtown St. Louis.
Never anybody. Every picture, there's never, ever one person in any picture ever of downtown St. Louis. What are you getting out of saying that? It's weird.
Just observing what they're saying. I mean, I don't know those guys at all, but I mean, they're not being like nasty. They're not mocking.
I would
think they're just saying this is weird. We see 30 cities a year and this is weird. This isn't normal.
Yeah, but they're grown people. They know what being essy is, and they're being essy.
Maybe, but my thing is we should be more concerned with the reality that we need to fix than we are about what somebody else said.
Oh, we need to lose our weight.
Right.
But we don't need someone from the next town over coming over and calling us all fat.
And you know what? I hang out in downtown St. Louis. I work here. I walk around downtown a lot. So for me to get defensive over something like this, like I'm doing the thing to try to fix it. I'm patronizing businesses downtown. I get excited whenever we hear about like, oh, we're going to make like these bump outs on Tucker and it's going to be easier for pedestrians to walk around and all this stuff. Like I am walking the walk when it comes to this kind of stuff. So yeah, it annoys me when someone from New York just out of nowhere takes a pretty nasty shot at our downtown.
Andrew spent 40 minutes in the KFC downtown today.
Yeah.
He's doing his part.
I know it. I know this city better than anyone.
What do you think? Break the tie here.
Yeah, I think it's an awful thing to say. I mean, I think it's just an incredibly disrespectful thing to say of like a team that you're playing against almost. You know what I mean? Like from a broadcast perspective, I think it's like incredibly
So
disrespectful.
is it the same when a team notes that, oh my God, the Marlins only had 4,000 people here? That's insane because other teams have done that to them a million times. Empty stadium.
No, I don't think it's the same thing at all.
No, I'm saying, I asked, is it not the same thing? Because it's still a shot at the people that live there.
I think it's very much not the same thing.
Okay.
Saying,
I mean, I just know we've had this same conversation walking around downtown. We're like, holy crap, there's nobody down here. I mean, I understand it's rude what they said. It's rude, but I'm not going to be more upset about their rudeness than the underlying reality that we have some real problems that we haven't found solutions to.
well, you don't have to choose between one or the other to be upset by.
Right.
It's
Like
hard to be
if
upset.
they would have just
It's
noted
truth.
like, oh wow, not that many people downtown. You know what? I've noticed when we come here, there's not that many folks walking around. Hope they're able to get back up on their feet. But instead it's oh, just like every picture you ever see of downtown St. Louis, there is not one person walking around. Like you're being shady. I really wonder, like, what's the story there behind the motivate? I just question the motivation of saying it and saying it in that way. It's weird.
Yeah. The motivation is that it's surprising to them. It's surprising to be in a major metropolitan downtown with no people walking around.
But is there really there's not one person?
Well, I mean,
walking around.
outside of they're probably what they're probably referring to. I didn't hear the full story, but they're not just here on game day. They're here when the game is over. They're here a day before the game. If there isn't a Cardinals game, there is nobody downtown. If there isn't a Blues game, there's nobody down here. Nobody comes to work down here. We drive down these roads. We walk down these roads. We don't see many people.
So what do you want me to do about it? Like as someone who does work downtown and as someone who
shot's not
does
at
attend
us.
things down, but
We didn't do it.
So then who's the shot at? Who is the
It's
shot at?
the city. Like
That's
the
us. We are the city of St. Louis. St. Louisans, people like me who live in the city of St. Louis, I am St. Louis. So yes, you are taking a shot at me.
How? And why does, and even if they are, who cares? They're just broadcasters from New
I'm
York.
commenting on this audio that I'm hearing for the first time and saying like, yeah, I find that actually disrespectful and shady. And I question the reasoning behind it. I don't know what would motivate a person to just, I mean, it felt out of pocket. It felt over the top. Never, ever in any picture is there ever anyone walking downtown. That's weird. It's weird.
I cannot wait to get Rachel's shirt that says I am St. Louis.
I almost feel like
I just think we're all very
I like
sensitive to if it's not about each of us individually, then it's not about each of us individually.
Well, we're
I'm
almost
not
talking
going
about.
I'm not going to take like
Louisan.
city criticism as a personal affront. Like if you said St. Charles County sucks, I'm not going to go, oh my God, I can't believe you'd say that.
Maybe if people were constantly bagging on St. Charles County, maybe if people even in our region had some sort of like
they do
weird
people in the
interest
city
in bringing. You think people in the city
people
have
in
an
the
interest
city
in
and people in the
bringing down
county
St.
won't even
Charles
cross
County?
a river. Like we're not going all the way out there. That's the country. It's really, I mean, like it's. I know what you're saying, and I understand that it's not a commonly held thing, but it's the same principle. No matter what, it's not going to bother me if somebody says something bad about an area that I happen to live in.
No, I disagree. I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, I'm in tears. I can't believe this happened. I'm saying I don't understand the motivation behind talking about another city that way. When you're visiting, when St. Louis is hosting you, I would find it incredibly tacky if someone on the Cardinals broadcasting team made similar comments about another city. I think it was rude. I do take offense to it because it's like, yeah, okay, we don't have a bustling downtown. Nobody wants a bustling downtown more than me, more than the people who get upset about this kind of stuff. We go, yeah, you know what? It's troubling. We wish there were more people down here, but the more people just like pile on and like, it's awful. No one ever hangs out because it sucks. It's like, well, it's not helping. It's not helping the situation.
Well, that problem happened all by itself without any broadcaster from anywhere else saying anything.
Sure, of course, Wheels. But what you're doing is you're taking the argument and you're completely moving the goalpost. And now it's like,
I'm saying
why
we
would you
shouldn't
ever
care.
be upset? Okay, but I do care.
We should actually,
I think it's
and
rude.
I don't mean you.
I'm allowed to think it's rude.
I mean, it is rude. I agreed. I said that from the beginning. It's rude. It just doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to make it better or worse.
Well, no one's ever argued that it's going to change anything. It's just the argument was whether or not it's a rude, disrespectful thing for a Mets broadcaster to say. It's not about whether or not downtown does have problems. It's not about whether or not it's going to fix anything if they don't
just
say
find
that
it
it's
hilarious,
rude. The argument that we started with was, is it rude and disrespectful for a visiting team broadcast to come to a hosting team city and start talking about how much it sucks? And yeah, it is rude. That's a rude thing to do. It'd be rude if we went to New York and went, oh, New York is just nasty.
But people
gross.
do
There's
it.
trash all over the streets.
Yes, it's rude. Does it matter? It is rude.
So what should we talk about for 4
I mean,
Dave's got 3 pages. I'm not saying.
I guess
I just feel like
ultimately-
we do this thing where.
Well, you heard Kevin.
we
Topic sucks. Move on.
Everybody in the St. Louis region bitches about downtown, complains about homelessness and drugs and the roads being crappy and nothing happening. And nobody cares when we're all saying it. But one person
Because
from
we
somewhere
live here.
outside, I know, but it's.
So if
I don't understand why it matters where you live if you're just seeing what you're seeing and observing it.
All right,
I mean,
and
we have
then-
all kinds of Cardinals fans like, I don't want to come to games because it's not safe and I don't want to come downtown. Well, is what Gary Cohen said worse than what people are actually doing because of what their impression of downtown is?
I don't understand that argument. I don't understand what you're trying to say.
One thing is actually happening and it matters, and the other thing is just a guy being a jerk.
Yes, and I said on the radio, he's being a jerk.
Yeah, I agree with Andrew that both can be true. That
That was my original point as well, if anyone remembers.
We don't have to pick between one or the other. We
Yeah.
can be like, yeah, it's a bummer that downtown's not got all of these problems. Also, yeah, he's a real D-bag for saying those rude things about it. It's like if we drove, we drove by. This is the analogy that I made in the office earlier, Kevin. If we drive by my house, I can go, oh yeah, look at it, it's dumb, it sucks. I have a stupid little house. But if you say that, I'm gonna be like, hey, what the hell, man? I'm taking you over to my house, and that's what you say to me. I'm inviting you to my house, and that's what you start talking about.
I just find it amazing that we as residents of St. Louis, of this area, we get more angry about somebody being snotty and being a jerk.
So who
I
am
don't think
supposed to be
that's true.
angry
We
at?
talk
I don't
about
know.
this.
I mean, everything
all
that's
the
gone
time.
wrong.
We talk about this all the time. We talk about downtown is one of like the main things we talk about on this show.
Exactly.
So it's not like this is the first time we've ever brought up downtown's problems in relation to some guy being a jerk about it.
No,
it's 2 separate things.
No, I understand that. But if we all feel the same way, why is it such a big deal if someone else says it? We all feel that way, right? Am I wrong?
Because you don't get to just say something because it's true.
And it's not, the thing is, it's not true. And that's
So
where
if
that's where I'm drawing the line, is it's like they went so over the top and so hyperbolic in that every time we see a picture of downtown St. Louis, there's never anyone walking down the street.
I think what they're saying, Rach, is in all the videos
That's not true.
and the B-roll that they show, there's never any people. They're not making the broader comment that there's never a single soul in St. Louis. They're showing B-roll during that video. They're showing the courthouse. They're showing the arch. They're showing the downtown area.
Let me take one more shot at this. You're talking about 2 different things. You're talking about, in very typical Wheeler fashion, the ultimate, like, let's cut through the BS, what matters, what doesn't. You're right about all that. But what these guys are talking about, and I'm talking about, is that just because something's true, now we're in the level of etiquette. Now we're in the level of being a decent person, not being a jerk. It's not about how we rebuild St. Louis or who's responsible. It's back to my analogy. If I said to you, man, you've gained a lot of weight since the last time I saw you, it could be completely true and you know it and it's your fault and only you can change it. But you would still have reason to think Dave's kind of a D. He didn't need to tell me that I've gained weight. That's kind of rude. And by the same token, just because what these guys said is true, I think it's rude of them to say in the way they said it for as long as they went. Like if they just said like, wow, it's kind of empty downtown St. Louis, but they really drilled down on it, which is why I started the segment by saying they can F off, but it's also true. I think both those things are true. You can think someone's being rude, yet completely accurate. In fact, I'll go you one further. Most of the time when people are being rude, they're also being accurate.
Sure. Yeah.
Get ready to laugh out loud, St. Louis. The outrageous Broadway hit Spamalot is riding into the fabulous Fox Theater May 5th through the 17th. From the twisted minds of Monty Python, this Tony Award-winning musical brings you killer rabbits, dancing knights, and non-stop hilarity. It's the legend of King Arthur like you've never seen it before. More information can be found at KMOX.com/events.
Tell you guys about my friend John Moriarty at E3 Wealth. John is very happy to meet with anyone. So if you are an individual like me who gets a W-2 income and you're thinking about retirement and you want some advice, reach out, talk to John. But he especially is interested in helping out the members of my audience who own businesses, who are entrepreneurs, who are not W-2 employees. Maybe you're just wanting help with growing your business. Maybe you want help with maintaining your business, which has grown over the decades. Maybe you want to pass your business on to your kids. Maybe you want to sell to a longtime employee or a competitor. John can help you with all these things. Plus, he's a really great, very easygoing guy. Easy to find. Simply go to e3wealth.com.
Want to build income without a second job? Learn how real estate investing can help you create extra income one step at a time with Lifestyles Unlimited. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents. So when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
For 100 years, KMOX has been a part of St. Louis. Now, those moments live on, preserved, remastered, and ready to be heard again. Discover KMOX from the Archives, a podcast featuring classic audio from a century of service.
Sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original.
The KMOX from the Archives podcast, available now at KMOX100.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Game day comfort steps up to the plate Saturday, April 11th, when the Cardinals face the Boston Red Sox downtown. That night, fans can score a Cardinals dugout hoodie presented by Mercy, built for cool nights, late innings, and early season baseball. It's a classic, easy-to-wear layer you'll reach for all year long. Available in medium or extra large while supplies last. Don't miss this spring matchup. Get tickets and details at cardinals.com/promotions.
Every Sunday home game is a Kids Sunday at Busch Stadium. From Team Fredbird and games to a kid-friendly DJ, ice cream, and family favorite activities. Sundays are built for young fans. Plus, select Sundays feature kids run the bases after the game. It's a day made for smiles, memories, and Cardinals baseball together. Make Sundays your family tradition at Busch Stadium. Tickets and details at cardinals.com/KidsSunday.
For all station contest rules, go to KMOX.com/rules.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Mitch says it's crazy how they can just end a 15-minute argument like that. And Virtual says, I'm sure they're going to talk about something completely different in the next segment. It's weird being watched.
I know.
Yeah, I don't like that one bit.
It's pretty great, isn't it?
I don't like when they start like
What is that?
What you got?
That's my computer started talking to me.
Sure it is.
Andrew's listening to like Elvis Presley's greatest.
Yeah, I'm
hits.
listening to those commercials of all the concerts that are coming. Just I like the music. No, I don't like when they start like predicting what we're gonna do next or
And then
being
they do
like,
it.
yeah,
It's
Aw,
great.
dang it.
Yeah.
It's fun. They're playing along. I do that. I manage Cardinals games along with Ollie. It's okay. You know?
Yeah, we were fine on the break.
Well, I mean, that's
Our boss texted us and said it was a great segment.
yeah.
Well, the weird thing about being on the radio is even when we get mad at each other, we're still stuck in a room for 4 hours.
Yeah,
So
you gotta get over
it's
it.
really against our interest to get actually
It's
upset
like
about
it's
something.
like one of the guys on Artemis 2 farted.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta
me.
just be like, you know what?
It was me.
It's ruining
Well,
my own life if I get mad at
And
you.
there's also a difference between like getting into a heated discussion
Yes.
over a difference of opinion or differing ideas, and then there's like if you start getting personal, which was never happening at any point of like this is why you're stupid. Like obviously, it would be harder to get over the argument if we were wading into waters like that. But
I get
don't.
personal with Kevin sometimes.
It's okay. I can take it.
I know, but I still shouldn't do it.
It's funny. I enjoy it.
I'll be like,
It makes me laugh.
I'll be like, you're
He
stupid
got-
friend.
what did you get me with earlier today? You got me earlier today. It was hilarious.
Oh, I didn't think
I forgot. It was something about the fridge.
Oh, I was really mad. So I opened up. All right. So context for why I got so upset is that I'm not feeling very well today. I'm under the weather. And I opened up to get my second enormous Gatorade of the day out. And like 6 little Powerade Zero bottles flew out
It
like
was
a rocket.
2, but okay.
Like it was stuffed in under pressure. I opened and they just launch out. And I go, ah.
It's 3.
And so for context, I've got my little drink, and I think I have an old bottle of soda in there. And then Kevin's got like 8 Mountain Dew Zeros and all these Powerades in there. And I'm like, you don't need to put every single drink in the thing at once.
Why not?
And he said, yeah, I do.
We're having fridge problems too.
Oh, are you?
Uh-oh.
I haven't brought this up.
Uh-oh.
Are we?
Well, there's been something in our fridge for like months, and it's really gross. And I don't want to throw it away, but then I keep getting too shy to bring it up to you.
Why don't you want to throw it away?
Because I don't want to touch it.
Oh, it's that bad.
It's moldy.
It's like a living being.
Do you know what it
It's
is?
an ecosystem.
It's watermelon, and it's a watermelon with a layer of mold on
Oh,
it.
for the love of God. Why would you not bring that
But every
up?
time I remember, I'm like, now's not a good time. I'll bring it up some other time.
Hey,
Wait a second now.
Our biggest beef at our fridge is that other people, known as Chris Ranji, will
Mhm.
put stuff in there, like open milk container, and leave it for months.
Ranji will put milk in there and then never touch it again.
Yeah.
It's full of milk that is
Mm,
last year's milk.
it's bad.
It's gross.
Joel asked if it was my parking pass.
I think that's where it all originated.
That's so funny.
I just can't believe you wouldn't like. We share everything. Why wouldn't you just go, "Hey, dude, your watermelon"?
Because it's always when you're not there that I notice it,
Mm.
and then the few times I have remembered it, I'm like, I don't want to make
This
him
could
do
put him
that.
over the edge.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell you guys about my friend Charles D'Angelo. You know what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. We were just talking about, is it rude if someone says that you've gained weight when you have gained weight? Most people I know, the vast majority of people I know, we all have that skinny friend, but most people I know have yo-yo up and down. I definitely have. I go from about 200 to about 165, and I feel very different at those weights. I look very different at those weights, and it bothers me when I'm heavy, and you get the deal. I've tried everything. You've tried everything. But people lose weight and keep it off with Charles D'Angelo. Big amounts of weight. Lisa, who was in a few weeks ago, lost 175 pounds. Ben lost 300 pounds. I just watched a video today on Charles's website about a doctor who lost a bunch of weight, and he was given all the medical reasons why it works. Bottom line, if you're tired of trying and failing and trying over and over again, do it once, get it done. Charles is the guy that can get you there. Just have a conversation with him. See what you think. CharlesD'Angelo.com.
In 1991, John and Cindy Morelli started Morelli Tuck Pointing. As of today, they've won just about every award possible for the tuck pointing business. The BBB Torch Award, the Next Door Neighborhood Fave Award, and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. For homeowners, this is a great time to get a free inspection of your basement, your brick or stone fireplace, your garage interior, your porch, and maybe even your walkway. Indoor tuck pointing can be started now. Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. My wife Beth and I have used Morelli Tuck Pointing to work on 2 of our homes now over the last 25 years. We have found the Morelli bids to be fair, their crews are very polite, and they clean up after themselves. But most importantly, their work is beautiful. Family owned and operated since 1991. 314-645-1387, MorelliTuckPointing.com.
All right, baseball fans, talking to you with this one. Of course, FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of KMOX. And if you're a baseball fan, they're giving you a chance to call your shot with the Daily Dingers. And look, it's simple. If once you're signed up, once you're a customer, all you need to do is make a free pick every day. So you'll get a link at the top. It'll say, here, play Daily Dingers for free. And then you click on that, and there'll be a list of players who are playing that day. And you just have to pick one that will hit a home run. Now, today, as an example, I picked nobody hitting a home run because that's the option at the bottom. None of these players hit a home run. So if you're right, great. You'll pick up a profit boost to use on your next bet. And if you're wrong, nothing. It's free. So there really is no downside. It's just another reason why FanDuel's the home of home runs. And all you need to do to be a part is go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to opt in for the Daily Dingers. Make your free pick on who's going to hit a home run, or maybe say that nobody's going to. Just remember that FanDuel is an official partner of Major League Baseball. Must be 21 or older and present in Missouri. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens, and restrictions apply as well, including any token expiration and max wager amount. You can see terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Introducing Home Care Plus, a new subscription service from Lowe's that helps make life easier by giving members a hand with home maintenance. Let Lowe's tackle the tasks you keep meaning to do, like electric dryer vent cleaning, replacing hard-to-reach light bulbs, and more. Subscribe to Home Care Plus for just $99 a year and consider your to-do list done. Members get more at Lowe's. Available in select zip codes only. Cancel anytime. Non-refundable fee. Product purchase required. Terms and service restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2:01, it's a cloudy sky. Right now, 71 degrees downtown at the Arch.
CBS News special report. President Trump says Pam Bondi is out as Attorney General. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
He said that she is going to be moving to a private sector position that is very important to be announced later.
Bondi will be replaced, at least temporarily, by her deputy, Todd Blanche. But former federal prosecutor Scott Frederickson believes Blanche will be on the job for some time because another Trump choice could be a tough sell to Congress.
The assurances that were given when Pam Bondi was up on the Hill was that the Department of Justice would remain independent and it would not be subject to the wishes of the president, and the opposite has happened.
Major Garrett reports the Justice Department lost a lot of career employees under Bondi.
Dozens upon dozens, hundreds, approaching more than 1,000 lawyers within the Justice Department have resigned, taken buyouts, or just quit because they do not believe in the fundamental independence of that agency any longer.
CBS News special report. I'm Cammie McCormick.
Artemis 2 crew members are deciding whether to leave Earth orbit for the moon. CBS News correspondent Chris Van Cleve at the Johnson Space Center in Houston.
All of the life support systems have to work. There was an issue yesterday with the toilet. They fixed that overnight, thankfully, because you can't call for a plumber in space, but you certainly need to have a working toilet if you're going to go to the moon. So everything has to work. The propulsion system has to look right. The life support system has to look right. The things they use to make the food have to be working right. So All of those things have to line up in order for them to go to the next step.
With the chance of severe weather in the coming days, St. Louis City says it is better prepared.
Mayor Kara Spencer is touting progress her administration has made over the last nearly 11 months since an EF3 tornado ripped through St. Louis City at modernizing the city's response to such disasters. She says a few weeks ago, a tornado warning coming across St. Louis City provided them with a test.
The system worked as planned. We had an advanced briefing, we had a unified command, we had direct coordination with the National Weather Service, and the sirens activated automatically. None of that existed 11 months ago.
Mayor Spencer adds she would like to see greater collaboration between the emergency management teams of St. Louis City, County, and other regional municipalities. In St. Louis City, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
There's more body cam video of golf star Tiger Woods being arrested after the crash last week in Florida.
I was down my phone, and all of a sudden, boom.
That's Tiger Woods speaking with a Martin County Sheriff's Office deputy after crashing his SUV last week. He told them he was looking at his phone and that he takes prescription medications. Woods pleaded not guilty to charges including driving under the influence and says he's taking a leave to prioritize his well-being. He also took a leave of absence in 2009 after a crash. Allison Keys, CBS News.
Woods says he is stepping away to seek treatment. From the business desk, gas prices are climbing heading into the weekend. AAA says the average price for a gallon of regular in Missouri is $3.49 today, 6 cents more than last week and 57 cents more than this time last year. In the St. Louis area, drivers are paying even more, $3.78 a gallon, the highest among major Missouri metros. Nationally, the average is $4.08, 84 cents higher than a year ago. AAA says rising crude oil prices driven by Middle East tensions are the main factor driving prices higher. The Dow from Stifel's down 120 points to 46,445. We've got some road work on 370 going west at the Missouri River. Also 67 Lindbergh going north at Route D. That has the right lane closed there.
Little change in our weather pattern right through Saturday, but Easter Day is looking great, though cooler. Mostly cloudy skies on this Thursday afternoon. We'll keep an eye out for a couple of showers and thunder showers, but the action is going to be somewhat limited. Breezy and 79. Remember, in the springtime pattern, it is definitely not raining all the time. The plus side, it's not a widespread severe weather outbreak, though there will be some thunderstorms around. On to tonight, windy all night long, couple of showers and thunder showers, 62 on Friday, partly sunny, but still some showers and thunderstorms around on Friday, 83. And noticed a little bump in the humidity. Friday night still unsettled, Saturday still unsettled with periods of showers and some thunderstorms, 65. Easter Sunday, sunny and cooler, 55 on Sunday, sunrise, 640. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It is a cloudy sky. We've got some rain. It's 71. The feels like it's 65 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Gravely Zero Turn Mowers. Your reputation matters. That's why so many landscape professionals choose Gravely. You can save up to 20% on Gravely commercial mowers during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event starting April 9th. Visit your local Gravely dealer today. The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX, few minutes past 2 p.m. So, Rage called me out on having moldy watermelon in our little dorm room mini fridge. So on the break, I didn't go to the bathroom, and I really need to pee now. Because I went in and took a video, because this thing's got to be 6 months old.
Yeah.
The watermelon. So I went in and took a video of me retrieving the watermelon and showing it. So
it's up on Facebook now if you'd like to take a gander.
Trigger warning.
Dude, I put one on the video. I was like, the watermelon is really gross.
It's really gross.
So just be prepared.
Yes.
Oh, it's
And
funny.
it was tucked far enough back in the fridge that I could just pretend it wasn't there most of the time.
The only part of this that bothers me,
Yeah.
because I'm a gross person. Like I couldn't eat that, but I could look at it and I could go, yeah, that
That's
sucks.
fine.
But I'm not like, ooh,
It's fine.
like kind of the world I live in, right?
Yeah.
But it bothers me that you like let everyone know I'm not difficult.
No. I
Doesn't want to hurt your feelings, probably.
I personally didn't feel like dealing with the watermelon. I think the watermelon says more about me than it says about you, Dave. Because I noticed the watermelon maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was tucked back there. And I was like, oh, you know what? This has been back there a while. And I like kind of pulled on it. I'm like, ugh, gross. And then I just left it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to deal with it. But then I also didn't want to make you deal with it. And it never felt like the right time for us to tackle the watermelon.
Man.
So I've just been pushing my problems to the back of the fridge.
See, everyone can relate to this in their relationship. Everyone has a moldy watermelon in their relationship. You just don't want to deal with it. On any given day, you can ignore the moldy watermelon.
Yeah.
Virtual says, was it fuzzy? Fuzzy?
It's got full head of hair.
Oh, it had more hair than my wig.
We got to take it and get it groomed at this point.
Yeah, no, it's
Your mold needs a haircut.
it's way past fuzzy. Brad Young joins us. Hello, Brad.
Hey, I was expecting a better segue. Like, speaking of gross, let's go to Brad Young.
Yeah, speaking of wigs.
Yeah, speaking of people who need wigs, welcome on the show, Brad Young. Yeah, you needed a better segue there.
Brad, as you probably know, I rocked a wig for about 4 years. Did you ever consider that when you were losing the hair?
No, never. I just didn't care. I mean, I started losing my hair at 19, and people would say, Brad, why are you losing your hair? And I would always have the same answer. It's called excessive testosterone.
There you go.
That's what does it.
Look at that.
There you
They
go.
would ask you why you were losing your hair.
Yeah, I got that question all the time. You know, you don't see bald people in their 20s.
Was it Gary Cohen, the Mets broadcaster, that was asking you?
Yeah, that was exactly it.
So rude, so uncalled for. One wonders what the motivation is behind it.
But it was true. So you can't get mad
Brad
at those
doesn't sound
guys.
mad.
You can't get mad at those guys.
In all honesty, I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Brad, what did you make of the president for the first time I know of going to the Supreme Court and watching oral arguments?
Well, I think we can certainly discern why he went there. He thought that him being there, number one, he likes to be the first president to ever do something, right? So it fosters the ego. But secondly, I think he thought that he could put pressure on the justices by being there. For example, whenever I depose in my law practice, if I'm deposing a witness, a lot of times the company that I represent, the company president will say, hey, I want to be there. You know, I want to put pressure on this guy by me being there. And I could certainly see Trump's analysis being that he's going to get a more favorable result if he's there, but you can't put pressure on people that have lifetime appointments.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't.
I think it sort of backfired. I mean, they were being pretty, upfront against the president's position in front of him. And I heard he was really pissed when he left.
Oh, I'm sure he was. But what he fails to realize is that we have three co-equal branches of government. So he was literally sitting there with a co-equal branch of government, the judiciary, and the judiciary doesn't have to kowtow to the executive branch. It's independent. And so if anything, I think him being there probably made the questions more snarky than they otherwise would have been, just to kind of poke the bear and say, hey, look, pal, we're a co-equal branch of government. You can't do anything to us.
What do you think of Pam Bondi being blown out?
Well, it's interesting. I see two reasons why Pam Bondi got let go. I mean, the first is I think Trump is very frustrated that Bondi did not do more to prosecute political rivals. And he saw her as that's part of her role, is to prosecute people that previously wrongfully or not wrongfully prosecuted Trump. And she didn't do that. So that's the number one problem, which is really going to raise an issue for her replacement going through Senate confirmation, because that's going to be the focus of all the questions.
Yeah.
Are you here to prosecute adversaries more than what your predecessor did? And then secondly, I think there was a big issue with the Epstein files. She did not do enough to release everything, to be completely open and say, here's all we got. People want that on the right, on the left, on the center. Everybody wants those files out. She didn't do it very well, and I think that was a secondary issue.
Brad, if I could ask you to speculate a little bit here, as far as her not going after the president's enemies as much as he would have liked, I perceive Pam Bondi as someone who wanted to do anything she could to please the president. Would you think that she wasn't going after those people mostly because of a lack of evidence?
It could be a lack of evidence, or frankly, it could be a lack of staffing. Because if you look at, I think even CBS reported this at the top of the hour. I read the story yesterday when there was rumored that Bondi was going to get the axe, that almost like 1,000 attorneys from the Department of Justice have resigned in the past year. Well, just like we saw in the city of St. Louis when we had Kimberly Gardner as the circuit attorney, she was terrible and people quit.
Wow.
And when you don't have attorneys working for you, you can't do legal stuff if you can't get attorneys to work for you. And so with her, I mean, that's an inside baseball question for her, but it could possibly be due to a lack of evidence or just simply a lack of staffing.
So a legal question and a political question at the same time. The president has been very vocal about threatening to leave NATO. Can the president of the United States unilaterally pull the United States out of NATO?
Boy, this is the easiest question I've ever had, Dave. And the answer is no, he can't. And there's a good reason why. If you look at Trump's first term, he threatened to pull out of NATO then. So during the Biden administration, there was a provision put into one of the funding bills that prevents any president from withdrawing from NATO in the absence of a 2/3 majority of the Senate signing off on it. And so President Biden signed that into law. So right now, it's a law. The president cannot unilaterally pull out of NATO. And let's just speculate here. We could spitball. If he just announces tomorrow we're pulling out of NATO, there would be an instant legal action filed. Congress would sue the president, stating you can't do that in the absence of congressional approval. Any judge would uphold that because it's literally in the statutes. And so that doesn't mean that Trump couldn't continue to badmouth NATO, but we cannot unilaterally pull out of NATO simply because Trump or any other president wants to do it.
Before they passed that law during the Biden administration, what was the rule then?
The rule then was kind of iffy. It was that you would have to void our agreement with NATO, which I think probably could have been done without congressional approval. It would have to have been done through. There's several agencies in the executive branch that control our relationship with NATO. There would have to be executive orders. There would have to be decisions made. There would have to be a process. But I think before this law, the executive branch through the president could have withdrawn from NATO, but obviously now that's not even an option.
Wow. And there's a case going to the governor's desk about THC drinks in Missouri.
Well, I think this is interesting. Yeah, there's the Missouri legislature, it passed the House, passed the Senate, is heading to the governor's desk to be signed. But the issue is that there are, it's called intoxicating hemp products like THC seltzers, that these are sold at just grocery stores because they get around the legalization of marijuana law that was passed that tightly controlled the fact that weed can only be sold in dispensaries. But because this was hemp and not technically marijuana, this stuff was being sold in grocery stores, sold in bars, sold all over the place. So I really look at this and I see two reasons why. Of course, the public stance is it's to protect the children, right? Because that's what everybody says. But the reality is, I think, in my opinion, the state's not getting a cut on the taxes. If you're just buying hemp soda at Schnucks, the state's not getting the taxation, the added taxation on marijuana products that would happen if it were sold through a dispensary. So the governor's probably going to be shutting down this gray area sale of THC, seltzers, and other hemp products.
It's interesting, isn't it?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never shop for that stuff at grocery stores or anywhere else. In fact, I never shop for that stuff at all. I don't like drinking the stuff.
Was that, I'm just curious, Brad, is there any kind of legal distinction between the various forms of THC? Obviously there is in this case, there's a I guess you call it a loophole, but I mean,
yeah, it is a loophole, but
Okay.
right now I think this is an issue just not with the hemp industry alone, Wheels, but with all of these drugs that we often say, and let me make the comparison here. We often say that the law is too slow to keep up with the change of technology, but the law is also too slow to keep up with the change of pharmaceuticals, because you could just create a new type of drug and sell it, and it's going to take years before that gets controlled. That's what's happening right now with stuff at gas stations. Stuff that's set like the kratom derivatives, and this with hemp, because it's not technically marijuana, it's hemp, so it gets around the laws. This is a constant game of whack-a-mole when it comes to stopping these sales, because kids and adults alike are getting harmed by this stuff, and it is a legitimate issue in addition to the somewhat tongue-in-cheek issue reference to tax dollars.
All right, that's Brad Young. Thank you, Brad. We appreciate it.
My pleasure, guys.
Encourage you that if you are interested in replacement windows, get as many bids as you are comfortable with, right? I mean, some of you may be a one bid person. I like this company. Bid seems fine. I'm going to go with it. Others may be 3 or more. Whatever your decision is, we at Universal Windows Direct are comfortable with it, because we believe that it's our job to convince you to use our windows. My job is to convince you to make the phone ring, and then it's on Universal to do a nice job and close the deal. So far, they've been doing great. In the time I've been representing them, tons and tons of you have gotten bids, and many of you have accepted those bids. Here's the current deal. You buy 2 of their windows, you get 2 for free with no limit, so 50% off your windows. 24 months with not only no interest, but no payments at all. And that's pretty cool. And then $500 off your total bill at the end of everything. 314-334-2522, universalwindowsdirect.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haver, a board-certified OBGYN and menopause specialist. My new podcast, Unpaused, is the place for bold, unfiltered conversations about what it really takes for women to thrive in the second half of life. Every week, I sit down with medical experts, cultural icons, and powerhouse women to talk about what really matters. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Listen to and follow Unpaused with me, Dr. Mary Claire Haver, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
I've been burned before. I was just repeating the same patterns. It turns out I had a type.
Workplaces everywhere are looking for love. And by love, we mean the easy way to order food at work. Easy Cater.
I thought ordering from great restaurants at work had to be complicated, but then I met Easy Cater. So many options, so flexible, and when I ordered for 50 gluten-free vegans without going over budget, I knew I'd found the platform I wanted to do life and lunch with.
Fall in love with Easy Cater. Start an order at easycater.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know, here in St. Louis, word of mouth still matters, and I'm pretty careful about who I recommend, especially when it comes to something as personal as estate planning. I'm Tom Ackerman. My family has been working with the Laderman Law Firm for over 20 years now, and the reason is simple. They don't just create documents and send you on your way. They help make sure your plan works. Because let's be honest, life changes. Family needs and circumstances change. Laws change. But most estate plans don't change over time as needs, circumstances, and laws change
change. They're outdated, sitting in a drawer. People assume they're fine, and their plan will work when they need it to work. At the Laterman Law Firm, it's not a one-time transaction. It's an ongoing process. They build a plan to protect your family and your assets, and then for a fixed annual fee, they help keep it up to date as both your life and assets change. Check out the Laterman Law Firm at latermanlaw.com or give them a call at 314-514-9100. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fire Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Call 877-WINDOWS. That's 877-WINDOWS. Or head to rbastl.com.
Still here, still trusted. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. Boy, that was a real Dave moment we just shared right
It
now.
was. It was. I was like, wait, what?
Who wants to tell that story?
Well, I look over and Dave just looks a little distressed and he's like rubbing at his eye a little bit. And I was like, you okay? And he said, would you push on your what?
My orbit, like the outside of my right eye on my skeleton.
Yeah, he says, when I push on my orbit, I feel a sharp pain in the back of my head. So now I think I have a brain tumor. I keep pressing it over and over. And I said, stop pressing on it.
Yeah, so it's probably
Then
more
it won't
likely you're hitting a
hurt.
nerve.
Yeah, I was sitting here pressing on it, knowing I have a brain tumor, and that everyone on the stream's watching me find out. And then Rach goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Well, I guess I'll just tell this."
I'll come clean.
Skeleton hurt.
Probably a little bit of that watermelon juice splashed up in there, and that's why.
I mean, the other side doesn't hurt.
Stop putting your fingers on your eyes.
Yeah.
It's not good for your eyes.
Maybe it's that watermelon.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
no.
I used my right hand to pick it up. Maybe that's what it is.
This is going to be like The Last of Us.
Instant
Yeah.
karma. Yeah. It all started with
Dave's going to be a mushroom head.
It all started with a DJ in St. Louis. I'm like the wet market in China.
There's also, I don't know if you noticed when you were getting the watermelon out, there's also a bottle of balsamic vinegar back there.
I didn't take time to notice.
Oh man, I think
There could have been a person living in there. And
Dave was like, he's like,
but I think that's been hanging around since like the 97 one days. No joke.
whoops.
What, made the move with this?
I think so.
Rattling it in there when we dragged it down the hall.
Yeah.
Now we can't get rid of it. It'd be bad luck. Will, did you see the series of plays by the Giants yesterday where the third baseman ends up telling the first baseman to catch the effing ball?
Yeah.
That was pretty.
Yeah.
That was something.
No, it's normal. I mean, I don't, people that aren't around, and these guys actually talked about this because Matt Chapman was the Giants' third baseman. He said, look, man, it's a competitive environment. If you've not seen that, then you just haven't been in it because it happens. Those things happen.
Yeah.
You're going to bark at each other once in a while. You're going to be like, do your job or whatever. But it's like how we just had an argument. It's normal. It's kind of the way it goes.
Yeah. Andrew yelled at all of us to do our job on the break.
He did.
Yeah.
Man.
What happened?
Nothing.
I was sorry. I was sneezing when you said that. I heard that I did something, and I was like, "Uh-oh."
Just trust us.
There's a startup that wants to deliver on-demand sunlight. A startup called Reflect Orbital is asking for approval to launch space mirrors that will bounce sunlight back to Earth after dark. So if this is a go and it works, you will have an app that you say, I need sunshine on my address. And within 30 seconds, the sun will light up your property.
Interesting.
So my neighbor has nothing to say about that?
I don't know how specific it is.
How direct can it be from that distance?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Absolutely no way it works. Absolutely no way it doesn't cost you $1 million to have sunlight on your house. Crazy idea. I love it.
Yeah, like what would I mean, I guess it would make sense if you wanted to do like a sporting event or something. But like just for what's the average person going to use this for?
Yeah.
And how much is it going to cost? Like Andrew said, it can't be cheap. They're shining a mirror on you from space.
How many of those mirrors they got?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Are they big?
I have no answers to your question.
I'm just thinking of these things all out. Like,
we should look it up. Let's Google Reflect Orbital and see what we can find out.
On the website, it's not providing many answers to our questions.
The thing that you need in the morning, you know, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, like in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings. It really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
So most of the things that I sell to you, and let's just call it what it is, that's what I'm doing, the live endorsements, we're all trying to sell you a product or service, are things that most people can use most of the time. Then I have a few of my live clients like Dr. Corey Solman that most people can't use them most of the time. But when you need them, it's really important. Very few of you are going to be like, oh my God, if I don't get a Capital Grille steak, I don't know what I'm going to do. But if your little 12-year-old soccer player goes down in tears and has torn an ACL or an MCL, if you trust me at all, trust that all the doctors I know have great respect for Dr. Corey Solman, orthopedic surgeon. He's at Midwest Orthopedic and Spine Specialist now out in Chesterfield. He is a great guy. You're going to like him. You're going to feel comfortable with him. He has a great bedside manner for kids and elderly people so that he can take something difficult and scary and complicated like a knee replacement and he can make it okay. He's not going to powder sugar it for you. He's going to make sure you know what the rehab's going to be like and what's going to happen in the OR, but he's going to make it palatable so that you can get through it. He's there for you after the surgeries, and he'll help you to avoid surgery if at all possible. He's not a cutter where, well, I'm going to make an extra X thousands of dollars if I do surgery as opposed to rehab or physical therapy. So I can't say enough good things about Corey. 636-231-5881 or SolmanOrthopedics.com.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Our unsettled weather pattern remains stuck, looking for mostly cloudy skies as we go through our Thursday afternoon. There'll be a couple of showers, a couple of thunder showers, but the action is going to be somewhat limited. Let's call it breezy, 79. Tonight, let's call it windy all night long with a couple of showers and thunderstorms around 62. Friday, partly sunny, increased humidity on Friday with some showers and thunderstorms around 83 degrees. Friday night, showers and some storms, 55. Saturday, showers and some storms, 65. Sunday for Easter, sunny and cooler. Sunday is dry and a high of 55. This is not a severe weather outbreak. There's going to be some thunderstorms around between now and Saturday evening, but it's not a widespread outbreak. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Here's reason 17. In today's new world, many law firms have had money injected into their firms by Wall Street, private equity, and other lenders. This money usually comes in at very, very high interest rates. It's one of the reasons you see so many lawyers advertising. I'm John Morgan. This money is expensive and the interest compounds quickly. These law firms can have a huge need for cash just to pay that debt. Why does it matter to you? My fear is your case is settled early and for far less than it's worth, just to service the loan that has mafia-like rates. Our financial strength is your advantage. That plus our reputation makes our firm your firm. Visit forthepeople.com to see our results and verdicts. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
When it comes to planning your retirement, there's a lot to think about. Portfolio management, tax planning, and retirement income just to get started. Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group focus on those things and more. Their goal is to help you achieve your goals. Call 636-230-8824 or online, yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Our conversation with Ricky Horton is sponsored by Rawlings. Visit the Rawlings Experience at Westport.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. So I know your question. Does Dave and Ricky have a song? And if so, what is it? And when we were golfing, we're on, I think it was the 7th hole, and Rick turned to me and he said, "What about Beth by Kiss?" And I'm like, "You got it, brother."
I must have. I'm not sure what I was doing at that time. I don't recall it that way, but I trust you. You know, I trust
you. Were pretty drunk, my friend. So I'm just.
I'm sure my FCA people will love to hear that.
So great start to the year, right? I mean, we can.
Oh my goodness,
we can parse it out, but pretty great.
Yeah, no, I mean, in so many ways. I mean, I saw a whole bunch of people out doing errands today, and that is exactly the way they described it. It's like, what a good start. Everything's positive. Everything's going in a good direction. And, you know, it's early. It's just one homestand. But, you know, it could have been very different if you go, 1-5 in the homestand and you kind of go, oh, what are we doing? I mean, but I was really impressed by several things that the Cardinals did, and just overall, just a lot of fun at the ballpark.
Rick, I know you're not the spokesperson for the team, but is Mason Wynn okay after his car wreck last night?
I don't know. I'm headed to the airport right now, and so we're taking off to go to Detroit, and we'll get there, 6-7 o'clock tonight, and I'll find out more. But honestly, all I know is what I've read, which was very sketchy. So I'm hoping so. I'm praying in that direction, but we'll just have to wait and see.
So Mason did go on Instagram today and posted a picture of the car, but said, "I'm fine, all good. See you guys soon," or something like that, like a post to the fans.
Good.
Yeah. No, that's good to hear. I missed that. That's good to hear.
Because he's playing great.
He is. He's not alone. Yeah.
He's not hitting great yet, but he's a notorious slow starter, and he says that. It's almost like it's become a fulfilling prophecy, because he says, I always start slow, and it's like, well, then you're going to, and so, but he has great confidence in his ability to kind of get out of that, and maybe yesterday was a good step in that direction.
Yeah, and Ricky, he's made already. I mean, just a handful of games, 6 games. He's already made at least a half a dozen, if not more, plays that 99% of shortstops cannot make.
Yeah, and he is marvelous at getting the right hop, having the right footwork, making the right throw, being in the right spot, catching balls over his shoulder and in shallow center field on weakly hit balls, going down the left field line when the ball hits off the wall. I mean, we pointed out several things throughout that homestand that were just uniquely Mason Wynn, and we're lucky to have him.
So let's talk some pitching. We'll start with the rotation. We'll start out with Liberatore.
Yeah, Liberatore's been good twice now. He's not getting the wins, but man, did he pitch well yesterday? Now, he matched Freddie Peralta in a different way. He was getting ground ball outs. He didn't have to get the strikeout, but he was. I thought he was great. If he does that every time, we'd be very thrilled with that. I mean, I hesitate to say he's pitching like an ace because he's the opening day starter, and he's got a lot of pressure on him to be the guy. But I think you're kind of wanting to say that right now about him, is he's pitching like a number 1 or a number 2 pitcher.
I like what I heard the other day, Ricky, too, is that he's He doesn't want to be the 5 and dive guy. He wants to go 6+.
No.
I mean, that's his goal. He did accomplish that yesterday. And he's the kind of guy that you just described. If you're not the big power arm swing and miss guy, one of the greatest things you can bring is that innings coverage and depth into games. And he's looking like he's got the characteristics of doing that.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it weird that we're talking about a guy that throws 95 miles an hour and has 2 different really good breaking balls, and he's not a swing and miss guy? I mean, that's kind of where we are with the game right now. And yet, I mean, there's something to be said for, if you don't get into the 6th inning, then the bullpen's different. It just is. If you have to have a 6th inning guy, now you've got to have a 4th guy pitch in that game. And if you're going to have 4 guys pitch, one guy's probably going to have a bad day. I mean, it's just law of averages. So I still like it, and it's not old school, new school. It's just, I think it's just baseball, solid baseball, to say that the longer the guy goes, the better off you are.
You know how you don't talk about a no-hitter because you don't want to jinx it? I don't even want to bring up Jordan Walker because it's like, just keep doing what you're doing. Like,
Well, I mean, I totally get that. It's interesting. If Jordan knew we were talking about him, that would be another voice in his head that he's trying to avoid anyway. I thought that was very significant what he said second to last day of spring training. And we'll just, wherever he goes, But I think he finally hit on it. He said, I went to the plate and decided to stop listening to the 8 voices in his head. Now, I don't know what all those voices are, but I mean, and probably 7 of them are him talking about what he needs to do. But, and I think that's what he's admitting. He's a thinker. He's very smart. His parents are borderline geniuses, for goodness sake. So the genes have gone into him for sure to be an analytical and a thinking guy. But, baseball, you think, you prepare, and then you get at the plate or on the mound and you react. And I think he's finally kind of got that figured out.
Yeah, he's a fascinating guy, Ricky, because to me, he's similar as a hitter to the young, hard-throwing pitcher that has a hard time throwing strikes. Right, it's that single thing will unlock almost everything else. And in his case, it's just not swinging it. And what's important is probably as much what he's not swinging at as what he is swinging at. Yes. Because if you look at what he's doing, like last year, his chase rate. Now this is very small sample size, right? But he was in the bottom 10, 15% of baseball, and right now he's in the top 70%. Like he's at the top. He's in the top quarter now. Will it last? We don't know. But if it does, that's the key.
I'd be curious, Wheels, where Gorman is with that, because we could be talking about him in the same way. He's not
great point.
As much, and I think the two of them kind of mirroring this kind of thought of, once they kind of find themselves and find confidence. By the way, the other thing, I said in spring training, I wish Jordan Walker would go to the plate like he's gonna, have a fight with somebody. I mean, I want him to be more confident. I want him to exude the fact that this dude's bigger than everybody on the field. And he can be intimidating as opposed to being a little sheepish. Yeah. And he tends to be that way. And I feel like Gorman gets a little, down on himself. And so I prefer those guys to just stay confident. And, I can't get in their heads and make them, but I think they have to really feel that to be that. But I think they're getting in that direction now.
Ricky, it's clear to anyone who's watching that this team has a very different energy than teams of the past. Yeah. And in fact, Mason Wynn said after the first 2 games, the comebacks, he said, you know what? There was just a feeling in the clubhouse or in the dugout that he said that we wouldn't have had in the past, which I thought was a very interesting thing for him to say, very honest. But you being around the team, what do you pick up from the vibe?
No, I saw that in spring training too. Everything was just looser. There's nobody looking over their shoulder. Am I saying the wrong thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? I mean, I would say that about coaches, and I would say that about players both, and even broadcasters. We're kind of welcome in a lot of places we weren't before. It's just an easier going feel at the ballpark, and I think that's really good for young guys to kind of get that sense. Now, Mason also said coming out of spring training, I think I would have been a bad player if my hair was literally on fire. That would not have been my deal. I mean, I think I would have been concerned about my health. But I think these guys are just young enough to kind of say, whatever, let's just play, have fun, be energetic, be entertaining, which I think is, it's still entertainment business too. It's baseball. You want to win, but you also want to entertain.
Apropos of that, Wheels and I interviewed Scott Terry, who I know you know very well, on opening day. And I asked him a question, and his answer was fascinating. And I said, today you got the Pros Pro, and he's here at 1 p.m. for a 7 p.m. game, and blah, 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 blah. And Scott basically said, we didn't have that. We had a different set of rules, and it was much more policed by the team, and in particular the veterans, not so much the manager, not so much the front office. We took care of that ourselves.
Yeah, Whitey Herzog never coached me ever. Never said a coaching thing to me ever. Never actually really gave me direction ever. But boy, did I get a lot from Bruce Sutter and Bob Forsch. So that's true. And I think that the era now that we're in is there are no Bob Forsches and Bruce Sutters. The Cardinals are the youngest team in baseball, at least with the Cardinals, that's true. The youngest team in baseball. And so Ollie kind of has made the comment as this team has gone forward to say, maybe, if a leader emerges, that's fine. But if they don't, that's also fine, because these guys are going to support each other, be teammates, and kind of have their energy together, and kind of not necessarily having one leader or two leaders. And maybe that'll work. We'll see.
Yeah, and the generation that you're seeing too. These guys actually come with routines already built in, right? They've been in a regimented, routine-oriented system going back to probably junior high or high school, where you had scheduled workouts and you had a scheduled days in the gym and you had scheduled days with your hitting guy and your pitching guy or whatever. And that's kind of, when you look at Paul Skeens, you look at the way things are regimented now, a lot of guys walk in with their own thing, which is not normal, but the teams are also doing that, or it used to be not normal. And the teams also have way more structure.
So here's a great example of that. My first year in the big leagues, I got yelled at pretty severely by Bob Forsch for running too fast when I was doing foul poles because I was showing up Bruce Sutter. Now it's like, where in the manual is that? And so the point would be, no player today would even remotely relate to what I just said.
Right.
And he said to me, he said, the fans that are here, and there used to be thousands of fans at spring training, he said, none of these people are here to see you. They're here to see Bruce.
Wow.
And so that was a teammate thing to say.
Yeah.
That was not what my coach in the offseason was telling me, hey, run slowly. And I'm slow anyway. But the point is, there are things that you learn that are, baseball wisdom, and that's different than all the analytical preparation stuff. You need to actually learn both.
Wheels, what do you do to prepare your guys in 14U for being a regimented player down the road?
So it's our goal is not to get them ready for the big leagues, but it's like, okay, here's what to expect in high school. And also here's what to do to have an edge in high school, right? Not just be on the team and be good, but here's what can give you an edge. So some guys, if they're not super organized, for example, don't continue workouts, lifting, things like that during the season. We do. And because you look at these guys now, and it, Ricky, you see those guys, they're in the gym every day, or at least on a schedule, 3, 4, 5 days a week, depending on the guy. And there are going to be a lot of people at the next level when you're young, like moving into high school, that aren't going to do those things. You now have a big advantage. So whether it's routine on, hey, let's do a ton of drills. We practice a lot. So, we probably have as many hours of practice a week as games per week. And that idea is to get those extra edges to move up. And then when you move up, it's easier to do.
Yeah. I think that's it. And it is interesting how it's evolved, guys, because, I think of what Tommy Lasorda used to say in his clubhouse meetings that went on forever, and he did them every day. Tommy loved to have clubhouse meetings when I was with the Dodgers. He would say, if I was a high school coach, I would want to get guys ready to be a college athlete and or a college student. I would want to prepare them for the next step of their life. If I'm a college coach, I want to prepare them to be ready for the world, to be ready for the work world. And if baseball happens, that's fine. But I want them to be solid citizens when they leave my college program. But I'm the manager of the Dodgers, and we're here to win. That's what he would say.
That's right.
But I feel like that has kind of gone down some levels now in terms of performance and expectation.
All right, buddy. Have a great series.
Yeah. Good to be with you guys.
Cardinals fans, this is Ricky Horton. Have you ever had a dream of meeting your favorite former Cardinals? You can make those dreams come true all season long with St. Louis Cardinals alumni experiences. You can join me and other former Cardinals players at events including Cardinals Conversations, Fans at Bat, Turn 2 with Ozzy, Cardinals Kids Clinics, and Cardinals Fantasy Camps. Don't miss your chance to make lifelong memories. Visit cardinals.com/alumni for more information.
If you're craving baseball conversations about your favorite players, alumni, and franchise memories, you'll love that Cardinals Magazine is dedicated to the stories that matter most to you. From Gold Gloves to championship rings, from the Wizard and Willie to Albert, Yachty, Uncle Charlie, and well beyond. Their careers define our pages. Treat yourself or a friend to a subscription today at cardinals.com/magazine. Cardinals Magazine, past, present, and future, it's all here.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Tell you guys about my friend Susan L. Ward. Susan's there for you if you're going to be getting divorced, or if you are divorced and someone is taking you back. It's called a modification. And that used to be, about a third of the cases I would get, that you get divorced and you have all your paperwork, and then either someone leaves something out. We didn't say who was going to pay for college. We didn't say this. We didn't say that. Or something changes. They hit the lottery. They married a multimillionaire. They lost their job. I am disabled now. Anything involving you and a divorce, whether you're heading to it or it's in your rearview mirror, but it seems to be rearing its head again, you can't do better than Susan L. Ward. As I always say, talk to your best friend, talk to your pastor, talk to your priest, talk to a counselor, but you haven't done what you need to do until you've spoken to a really, really good divorce attorney, and that's Susan. She has offices all over Missouri, 314-783-9400, stlfamilylaw.com.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com. Calling all runners. Register now for the Cardinals 5K on Saturday, April 18th. And you can take a victory lap on the field at Busch Stadium. Don't miss this chance to bring the whole family for a fun St. Louis 5K race that brings fans together to support kids in the community. The Cardinals 5K, Saturday, April 18th. Register now at cardinals.com/5K. And for more information, just head to kmox.com/events.
Hi, St. Louis. This is Ben Barnett. I'm a board-certified master arborist, and I've been caring for St. Louis trees for over 25 years. Today, I'm going to help you choose a tree care contractor. Here's how it's done, so pay close attention. First, call everyone you know who has ever done any type of outdoor work, including that cousin that used to sleep on your couch. Leave them all messages and wait around to see if they call back. Here's a hint, they won't. Now, post to all your social media that you are looking for recommendations for a good tree service. Now beware, because there will be hundreds of different recommendations. So you need to carefully go through each one, checking that they have the proper insurance, background checks, and even the slightest idea of what they're doing. Schedule a bunch of appointments, and when nobody shows up, get really frustrated and put the whole project off for another year. Or you could just call Timberline Professional Tree Care, 636-479-7475, or visit us online at stltreecare.com.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX 252. Janelle is in the green room. She'll be up next, talk movies and entertainment and such. I'm sure she'll have an opinion on the fight we all had in the first hour. Hey, I have a new theory for you, Rach.
What's
I
that?
kind of like this one. It's called the merge theory.
Okay.
We've all merged. We've all been in a lane and someone's merging to our right. We've all been the person merging on. We know that every person has a default setting. My default setting, and I'm not trying to say I'm better than anyone else, although I am, is to let people in. I'm always looking to say, sure, brother, come on in. If the timing's off and I need to speed up, I speed up. But I never try to keep people out. And the theory is the way you behave in merging is the way you behave in life.
I think it's probably a reflection in some way, right? Like, why would you get overly competitive about that? I can see, I don't know what you guys think, but I can see if someone's being like, it's not a lane and they're trying to get up on the shoulder and get around. I can see people getting irritated at that.
Sure.
But is there really a big benefit if they get in front of you? Like, or if you keep them from getting in front of you?
And I do wonder how many times maybe more timid folks are trying to merge and they feel like since the person did speed up, because that's just the way the timing is working out.
Yeah.
They're taking that as like the person on the road being aggressive and being mean and not letting me in.
Yeah. Paul says everyone should let one car in each.
That's kind of my
I agree.
rule.
I agree.
Right? Like
Yeah,
if you're in a
that's what I
traffic thing, it's I'm going to let one car go and then the person behind me should let one car in between there. Yeah.
Like if I let one car in and another car tries to get in, I'm salty.
I'm probably going to be up on the bumper. Just like, okay, hey, listen, there's a way that this works for everybody. Let's just do that.
Just wait your turn.
Yep.
Man, one thing I don't like is when you're just like driving down a normal road, I guess, and there's two lanes, or four lanes of traffic, rather, like two on each side. And then people are trying to stop and like, oh yeah, you can get ahead of me. You can go, without taking into account that there's a whole other lane and you haven't gotten the consent of that other lane to let the people in. Like that can get real bad. I actually saw an accident the other day because someone like waved someone through and the other lane was not informed.
Oh.
And there was a crash.
Yeah, so you're not supposed to do that.
No, it's
you're
called
not
like the
supposed
wave
to.
of death.
Yeah, you're not supposed to wave anybody through.
When people do that trying to be nice
know.
and like trying to be the hero, it's like there are just certain, like the only reason I have any sort of problem with the merge theory is I do think sometimes people are like, I'm being nice, when really they're screwing up traffic.
That happens.
But being too nice can sometimes mess things
I
up.
think
So maybe it is accurate.
even better than the merge theory would be the four-way stop theory.
Oh, yeah.
When you're at a four-way stop and you pull up at the same time, the people I don't like this guy. The guy that's giving me permission to
He's
go.
giving you the, like, hurry up,
Yeah,
go
just
thing.
like, go, idiot. I'm like,
Okay, so I was at a four-way stop the other day and I was the only car, but as I was coming up, this guy was walking his dog and he was like kind of about to use the crosswalk, but he was like waving me through aggressively.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what was happening.
He's
I was
just
like, what are you
being
trying to do,
I
sir?
had one last night where there was a bike in front of me. Grr. And
get a car like a person.
Go ride in the park.
They passed the car in front of them at a stoplight. Like the car in front of them just hit the gas a little slow and they just went around them. So, okay. And now I know we can do that. So I went around the bike and they dirty mugged me.
Oh.
Like, well, you just did it to a car.
I know. See, that's the thing. Like, there are some cyclists who are doing everything right, but you see several of them are out there. They obey by the rules when it's convenient, and then when it's not
Go
convenient,
through that red light when they feel like it.
The riding a bike theory.
There you go. We just
Follow the
coined one.
rules when it's convenient.
There you go, Dave.
Tell you guys about Mosby Building Arts, and April is all about freebies, okay? They have, whether it's exterior doors or it's different rooms in your house or whatever you're doing, they're probably going to have a freebie for you. And they're good. It's good stuff. It's not like, hey, look, it's a Mosby Arts koozie. No, it's like, discounts and free this and free that. So it's going to be a fun month. If you have thought about remodeling any part of your house, Mosby is the gold standard. Mosby is absolutely great. I've been reading you these customer reviews, and they're just effusive with their praise, and they're very practical. Like, Mosby's truly going to control this job for you. You don't have to be the general contractor for your own job, because that's not what you do. You don't know how to do it, and it's just going to be terrible. Mosby alone is going to be the company that handles everything for you and make sure everything is perfect. 314-909-1800 or call Mosby.com.
Hi, I'm Michelle from Bethesda. You've heard me talk with Dave on the air about how tough the aging journey can be. It can be especially hard to know where to start. That's why Bethesda offers Care Navigation, designed to help you truly understand your options for senior care and services. Our award-winning services can be provided in a variety of settings, including the privacy of wherever a senior calls home. To learn more, go to BethesdaHealth.org and click Where Do I Start?
All right, if you haven't joined me and Ranj and so many other guys here, or actually, let's just say guys, so many people here in the state of Missouri, by jumping on with FanDuel Sportsbook, you got a great opportunity to do it right now and get a big benefit for doing so. So FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of KMOX. It's been mine for years. I love FanDuel. And if you're a new customer right now, you can get up to $300 back in bonus bets every day for 10 days. So it's pretty simple the way that it works. You just place any bet with FanDuel using your bet reset token. If it doesn't win, you get up to $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. So it's a simple process. It's literally a no-lose proposition. So all you have to do is go to FanDuel.com/Missouri, get yourself signed up. FanDuel, of course, is where you play your game. In other words, you play the way that you want to. That's how I do it. So you have to be 21 or older and present in Missouri to play, though. You got to keep that in mind. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable, and they expire at 7 days after receipt. Tokens are received in increments of 1 per day. Restrictions do apply, and you can see those and terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Spring cleaning rule number 1, out with the old, in with the new. And frankly, your family's old internet connection is a dinosaur. Upgrade to the 1 gig modern family standard from i3 Broadband. It's 100% true in-home fiber with equal upload and download speeds, so your teenagers gaming won't crash their video call. Even better, we're currently offering our longest price guarantees ever on our gig speed internet services. Say goodbye to exploding promo prices and hello to budget certainty. Visit i3broadband.com/radio and start your spring off right.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. An elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I am grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. The voice of St. Louis.
At 3 o'clock, we've got some drizzle right now, 71 degrees. The feels like is 65 downtown at the Arch. Attorney General Pam Bondi has been fired. CBS's Linda Kenyon reports from the White House.
Pam Bondi has become the second cabinet member of President Trump's second term to be ousted. The president expressed dissatisfaction over the lack of successful prosecutions of perceived political opponents during Bondi's tenure. Trump publicly praised Bondi as recently as today, but also said she will be replaced by her deputy, Todd Blanche, who will serve as acting attorney general. Trump also says Bondi will be transitioning to a much-needed and important new job in the private sector. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
It's another big day for the Artemis II crew.
Artemis II has fired its thruster rockets to adjust its orbit around the Earth, raising the low point to more than 100 miles. That engine burn came when they were at the high point, nearly 44,000 miles up.
We're tracking a good burn.
And we see the same and with a bonus trim burn.
And they could be headed a whole lot farther than that in a few hours. Mission managers will determine whether or not they're pleased with Orion's performance this afternoon. And if so, it's translunar injection tonight, the rocket firing that sends Reed Weissman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen to the moon. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
Back on Earth, is St. Louis prepared for its next natural disaster?
Mayor Kara Spencer is touting progress her administration has made over the last nearly 11 months since an EF3 tornado ripped through St. Louis City at modernizing the city's response to such disasters. She says a few weeks ago, a tornado warning coming across St. Louis City provided them with a test.
The system worked as planned. We had an advanced briefing. We had a unified command. We had direct coordination with the National Weather Service, and the sirens activated automatically. None of that existed 11 months ago.
Mayor Spencer adds she would like to see greater collaboration between the emergency management teams of St. Louis City, County, and other regional municipalities. In St. Louis City, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
The Justice Department is now joining the lawsuit against the organization that governs Missouri high school sports. Federal civil rights attorneys are intervening on behalf of Dr. Merlin Johnson, who was disqualified from a MISA board seat because the Constitution requires at-large seats go to underrepresented genders or ethnicities. The DOJ calls racial and gender quotas illegal and is asking a court to put a stop to the practice it calls, quote, especially harmful. Tiger Woods appeared astonished when he was arrested last week after the rollover crash in his SUV in Florida.
In the body cam video from the Martin County Sheriff's Office, Tiger Woods looks surprised as he's placed into handcuffs.
So at this time, you're under arrest for DUI. Yes, sir.
You can hear the astonishment in his voice as he asks, "You're going to arrest me?" In a different body cam video, Woods tells deputies he was looking at his phone and all of a sudden, boom, no one was hurt in the March 27th crash. Allison Keys, CBS News.
Woods says he's stepping away to seek treatment and will miss the Masters tournament for the second year. From the business desk, Jason Brooks says there's more disappointing news for home buyers.
Mortgage rates have climbed to the highest level since last September, with Freddie Mac reporting that the 30-year fixed rate rose 8 basis points to 6.46% last week, the fifth consecutive weekly increase, and nearing the year-ago level. Pending home sales got a boost in February when long-term mortgage rates dropped below 6% for the first time in 4 years. But rates have surged higher as Treasury yields have risen on higher inflation expectations for the U.S. economy, resulting from the oil price shock.
Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index to Stifel and Scott Bedell. Scott?
Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, everyone. Financial markets continue to get whipsawed based on news emanating from the Middle East. At the closing bell today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 61 points, or a little bit more than 0.1% to 46,504. The Standard & Poor's 500 index modestly higher by 7 points to 6,582, while NASDAQ added 0.2% to 21,879. Locally, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index added 0.5% at 1,616. Looking at some local winning stocks, Centene gained 3.5% at $35.12. Future Fuel up 4% at $4.18. On the downside, Belden Corporation fell 1.33% to $115.05. Bear Corporation lost a little less than 3% at $11.26. And finally, Stifel Financial gaining 0.1% to close at $74.07. For KMOX, this has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. As a reminder, financial markets will be closed tomorrow in observance of Good Friday. Have a wonderful holiday weekend, everyone. I will be back with you again on Monday afternoon.
We've got a crash on 270 going south at I-70 on the right shoulder. Also 170 going north at 270. Crash has the left lane and shoulder closed, and emergency vehicles are on 70 going east at Cypress. We've also got 270 north before 6440, a crash there on the right side. They've just cleared a crash on 44 west in the ramp from Lafayette.
Our unsettled weather pattern remains stuck, looking for mostly cloudy skies as we go through our Thursday afternoon. There'll be a couple of showers, a couple of thunder showers, but the action is going to be somewhat limited. Let's call it breezy, 79. Tonight, let's call it windy all night long with a couple of showers and thunderstorms around, 62. Friday, partly sunny, increased humidity on Friday with some showers and thunderstorms around, 83 degrees. Friday night, showers and some storms, 55. Saturday, showers and some storms, 65. Sunday for Easter, sunny and cooler. Sunday is dry and a high of 55. This is not a severe weather outbreak. There's going to be some thunderstorms around between now and Saturday evening, but it's not a widespread outbreak. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
We've got some drizzle. It's 71, feels like 65. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Dave Murray will be with us in about half an hour. Our pal Janelle is with us. She's with us every Thursday. You can follow her on all of her social media at Holy L-E-L-L-E. We were having a debate about on the stream who was going to be in the big picture, and I didn't like it because my picture's already big. And Janelle's like, make Wheeler do it. He didn't care about anything. So Wheels is in the big square, and he doesn't care about anything.
How about that?
Apropos of that, did you have a dog in the fight in the hour one fight we had?
Yeah.
Let's replay that sound.
Okay, we'll replay.
The Mets were in town yesterday, and the Mets broadcast team aren't big fans of St. Louis, and here's what they said.
The only thing missing from that picture, as is often missing from every picture we show of downtown St. Louis, no people.
No people. Well, you know, they wanted to look picturesque. You can see a car driving by on the right. That's the only sign of life.
But there's never anybody walking around.
No, there is
downtown St.
It's
Louis.
not very often. You're right.
It's like, remember the old neutron bomb that wouldn't knock down buildings but just would eliminate all the people? It's like one of those hit St. Louis.
I guess it's just the photo op. People then run and hide, so they're not in the photo.
So if you didn't hear the fight, Rach was very offended by what was said. Because she is St. Louis. She lives in St. Louis. She works in St. Louis, and it's a reflection on her in the city. And Wheels, I'm just going to sum it up. You guys can speak for yourselves. Wheels basically said, yeah, it's rude, but it's the truth. And we all say it. And that's what we should be most upset about is the fact of it, not the fact that someone from outside pointed it out.
See, I even want to go back and kind of clarify a little bit more. The original thing I said was, yeah, it is mostly true. I just question the motivation behind it. Like, are they saying that so that St. Louisans hear it and go, I have a duty to my city to get on the streets? Like, no, you're saying it because you want to be rude. You want to be shady. I watch a lot of Bravo TV, okay? I can hear it in somebody's voice when they're trying to throw shade, and that's exactly what was happening.
Yeah.
And they were wanting to be shady, and they succeeded.
I agree with her. That's what they were doing, but I watch a lot of baseball and a lot of different broadcasts, and sometimes they'll pick out, I'm not saying these guys in particular, but a lot of broadcasters to fill the time, they'll scan around stuff and they'll scan around the stadium. They'll pick out a couple, they might mock, and I think sometimes they aren't aware of how they come across to other people, but I think a lot of times they do it. They don't really think about it. Did they go too far with it? Sure, but it probably was shocking to them coming from New York. Again, I'm not saying what they said was right. I just think two things can be true at the same time. Like I said, you watch a lot of baseball and you hear a lot of announcers go off on these tangents where they just start talking because there's nothing else going on in the game. And then later and then that's usually when they do something out of pocket is when it goes viral. Mm-hmm. And so like most of the time they'll be picking on somebody's hat that they're wearing or look at this couple and they don't seem to engage in like they've done that before with I'm not saying these guys, but
yeah, you're right.
Announcers have done that about just looking around and they make observations and they probably don't realize that it's going to rub some people wrong. And I think in Rachel's case, and it's not wrong, but it's like slapping somebody with a sunburn. She's very passionate about it. She advocates a lot for the city, and so it's going to be like extra sensitive to her. So I think two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, and also like every broadcaster is broadcasting to their audience. I think it'd be a bigger deal if that was a national broadcaster. I think that would be a much bigger deal if it was.
Or if like Chip and
Brad.
Yeah, Brad were like, holy moly, like there's nobody. Every time I come down here, I get like that would be, I think, even like worse if they were to be like every time when nobody supports this team and look at how empty these seats are. I think that would be like, oh my goodness. I mean, and yeah, it's all true. But I think these guys are just so used to making on the fly observations about where they're at, who they see, what's going on, that again, they don't know. They're not really thinking about how they come across. Yeah, I think he might have taken it a little bit too far, especially with the nuclear.
Yeah, the neutron bomb.
Yeah, the neutron bomb. But it's.
Yeah, I mean, and I respect, I actually really like the way you put that, Janelle, because it's like, well, yeah, as a broadcaster myself, maybe I should be obviously not doing what they're doing or anything close to it, but the things get said. And do you really, like, in your heart of hearts, like, this is who I am with every little remark?
Right.
No, a lot of times, like, you are just doing your show. You're just filling the time. So, I mean, that helps me feel better about the situation. But yeah, hearing that audio for the first time in the 1 o'clock hour, I was like, hey, shut up.
Joel
Keep it to
says,
yourself.
Janelle's on Wheeler's side. Move her to the big screen.
I don't know. I felt like
She
Janelle's
doesn't
kind
want
of
to
in
be
the
on the
center.
big screen.
I'm in the middle. I'm playing the fence here. So that's just honestly how I feel is like I said, watching a lot of baseball, you just hear announcers just say just ridiculous things. And a lot of times it's just because they're filling the time. Nothing's going on in the game. They're just going off on tangents about something, anything, the stadium food, who's in the stadium, whether or not it's full.
Wheels, is this a thing online other than DGS? Is anyone else talking about
no,
it?
it's definitely on Twitter. Yeah, it's definitely a thing that people are commenting on, but it's mixed like what we just talked about.
Yeah.
Some people are just like, whoa, you New York jerks. And then other people are like, well, I mean, people here say it.
Is anyone from St. Louis pushing back on the fact?
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen anybody saying, no, it's crowded.
Very telling.
No.
No, of course it's not crowded. It's just they were getting pretty hyperbolic with the whole every time you see it, there's never anyone like, dude, that's not true. So don't be surprised when people get a little prickly. That's kind of the risk of using hyperbole and of being shady is you get a reaction. Like that's the whole point. And we're talking about it.
This is mixing stories, but this is kind of similar. Macron came out and pushed back on Trump talking about ending NATO and all this stuff and finally finding their balls so that they can go straighten out Hormuz. And he had a great quote. He said, maybe one shouldn't speak every day.
Did that hurt you?
I mean, that's our job, though.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. That's about the best comeback to him I've heard. Like, pretty good.
If you talk every day, you are bound to say something stupid.
And when we have to, when you don't, maybe don't. But it's a brand
You can
new.
also just say like better things because I mean I don't think very many of us say things like these.
Well, here's
things.
what the president said that upset Macron. He said, "I just got off the phone with Macron, whose wife treats him extremely badly, still recovering from right to the jaw." Meaning she hits the videos we saw.
I mean,
Interesting
see, that's
stuff.
the thing. We don't do that.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. What did you see this week? Said you saw 3 movies?
I did. I saw a Super Mario Galaxy movie, which I almost fell asleep in the middle of.
That's not good.
No. I saw Hunting Matthew Nichols, which is one of those found footage kind of horror movies.
Mhm.
And I saw The Drama. So I finally know what the secret is. I'm not going to spoil the secret for anybody, but it is going to be a controversial movie for sure.
Okay.
It is going to spark a lot of debate on whether or not a movie with that subject matter should have jokes in it or be like have any kind of humor in it.
And who's in this one?
Zendaya and Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it for younger crowds?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, it's probably really going to. It's really going to click with, I would think, with millennials and younger kids, younger age, just due to the subject matter. But it's about a couple who's engaged, and a week before the wedding, she reveals a secret that kind of throws everything into flux.
Does it eventually people will be openly saying what the secret is?
Sure.
Does it ruin the movie if you know what it is going in?
I don't think so, because it really was already spoiled online. I mean, because people can't ever keep their mouth shut.
Yeah.
So it was because somebody that has that subject matter has affected them spoke out about the movie and the subject. So I don't think it's not like you're like, oh, well, what's the point of going now? You're still, because the secret is revealed pretty early on in the movie. So you're left dealing with the fallout and how everybody kind of, and it's uncomfortable. It is awkward. But I have gallows humor. Like, I have a really dark sense of humor. So like, it didn't bother me anymore, but I could see if they wanted to make a trigger warning before the movie.
Okay.
So
Will you tell us in the break?
if you want to know.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be seeing the Zendaya movie.
Yeah, I don't mind any spoilers. I think I'll be passing.
Yeah, I think I'm okay. You can also spoil Mario Galaxy too. So.
They win.
Oh, damn it. I was kidding about that one. Movies.
There's a lot of characters in that Super Galaxy. They did the mistake that most sequels do. They added way too many. They added 7 new characters to a movie that already had 5.
Got to sell them toys.
Yeah, I know. But you're like, okay, well, how about let's not introduce all of them in the next movie and like spread it out through movies.
Yeah.
If you just want to look at Toy Story 5, they're on Toy Story 5. Just keep going, with if they're successful. But you give 7 new characters, 12 characters. You have to give everybody a line. There's barely any dialogue in the movie. So when you do have it, it's like very parceled out. So there's no story to really focus on. And
it's probably one of my many mental illnesses, but I don't like new. And you know how obsessed with The Pit I was.
Sure.
And I could not wait for the second season. I watched one episode and I haven't gone back because they introduced all these new people. And I know they're not making it for me, but I was just like, I don't know them. I don't care. I just wanted more of my friends.
Right.
So. But I'm probably different than most people on that.
No, I don't think so. But I think a lot of times when you see that, like I said, the sequel or a second come out, is the tendency is always to add more characters. And it's not a bad thing if the story holds up and if the dialogue's good and it's written well and everybody is kind of a fleshed out character. But when you just introduce people and it's like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
What purpose do they serve? That's where it becomes a little.
Janelle, when you saw Super Mario Galaxy, did you get the Yoshi popcorn bucket?
I did not. They don't give it. They don't give us that
I
nice
want-
stuff.
Did they have
so
a
bad.
special popcorn bucket for the
What?
drama?
Popcorn butt.
I've had popcorn butt.
Popcorn butt. Some of the buckets are popcorn butts. Like they do have characters when you open like the backside.
Of the
I
character?
think there's little star popcorn butts
And I will say
for the
this,
Galaxy movie.
and
You open
those-
the little button, you put the popcorn.
they
in.
really couldn't do one for the drama.
Okay.
Looking to build your dream home? Lombardo Homes is known for quality, luxury, and thoughtful design in some of the area's most desirable communities. And for a limited time this April, we're offering something we rarely do. Exclusive incentives designed to help you get more from your new home. From a free finished recreation room to premium kitchen and cabinet upgrades to flexible perks like design credits or closing cost savings, there's an opportunity waiting for you. But these offers are available in select communities and only for a short time. Visit LombardoHomes.com or stop by a sales office today.
Taking care of your health should be simple. And with the Neovitin monthly subscription, it finally is. Choose your doctor-formulated multivitamin and we'll deliver it straight to your door every month. No more running out, no more remembering to reorder, just consistent nutrition made easy. Plus, subscribers save 10% every month and can pause or cancel at any time. Visit neovitin.com and start your subscription today. Neovitin, trusted nutrition every day.
I'm Mark Solinger, producer and one of the hosts of the Moth podcast. For nearly 2 decades, The Moth has brought live storytelling to stages around the world and to millions of listeners. These are real people telling true stories from their lives. Stories about a lost family recipe, about working to free a wrongfully convicted man, about realizing you need to leave your May-December romance. Stories that will move you, surprise you, make you laugh. Stories you can't forget. Join us. Follow and listen to The Moth wherever you get your podcasts.
I never thought of myself as the type to settle down. Never knew where the team's next lunch was coming from. But then I met you, Easy Cater.
Workplaces everywhere are saying, I do want delicious food at work. And they're ordering from beloved restaurants with Easy Cater.
You were reliable. You had great options for every budget, even when marketing ops did keto again. We got through that together. With you, it's just so easy. Easy Cater, will you keep showing up at my workplace forever?
Find love at first lunch. Order at easycater.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right nice soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
Just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, did you just have your house painted? Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, no, it's actually Rhino Shield.
877-25rhino.com.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com.
Built on a century. Focused on today. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Wheels, I'm interested in your take on Christine Ohm asking for privacy and prayer in her time of need because her husband was into cross-dressing and bimbofication, which I'd never heard of. And I guess it's basically the fetish of turning a female into a caricature.
Cartoonish.
Yeah, which is why he had the gigantic balloons for his breast and all that kind of stuff. But your take?
Well, I mean, the take is not about that. It's about her saying we just want privacy at this difficult time. No, you don't get it. One, you're a public figure. Two, you were nasty to 2 Americans that were murdered. You lied about them. You called them terrorists. And now you want people to be respecting your privacy because you're dealing with a thing that's a little bit difficult compared to being murdered? No, you don't get it. Don't get to ask for it. And the rest of us should be insulted that anyone who would call an American citizen a terrorist because they happen to be in a bad place. And even if they did something wrong, right? Even if they made a bad decision, if that's what you're alleging. But the agency that you were running shot dead 2 people who did not commit any act that called for the death penalty. And you have the nerve to be like, we want privacy at this time. No, you don't get it. You don't get my empathy. You don't get the right to ask for privacy. You didn't extend any courtesy to those families at all. In fact, you just doubled down on what you had previously said without an investigation, without evidence or anything. So no, you don't get what you're asking for. You don't have to respect your privacy when you don't respect American citizens.
I think the fact that she even said it shows how clueless she is. Like, I don't think if she heard you say that right now, I think in her brain she would legitimately not understand it. That has to be the fact.
I think they understand completely. They just want one standard for themselves and another standard for anyone that's not with them.
So you think she's just that bad of a person?
So I think how else
have
do
to
you
be a
spin
bad
it?
person to think that.
You have to be a bad person to call an American citizen a terrorist with no evidence, without an investigation, without anything. You're a bad person for doing that. You're lying.
Rach
You're
and I were just
making it up.
talking about what she has on Trump because, I mean, if you're going to fire Pam Bondi, who bent over backwards to do everything you wanted her to do, but you're going to leave Noam there.
Well, it does seem that Pam is just being moved to a different area as well. But I feel like during his first administration, when people would get let go, they were just fired. But now, like Kristi Noem, Christy, however you say your name, it's like, oh, we're going to move you into this like job position that didn't previously exist.
Yeah.
It is just, it's interesting.
Also,
It's because they were loyal.
Oh,
right?
okay.
The people that got fired in the past had the audacity to question things. These two didn't question things. It's just they're in a bad PR spot now, so we have to move them out.
That makes a lot of sense.
Check out Kimberly Guilfoyle. She's now the ambassador to Greece. She's living the best life ever. She just met the Greek basketball team and got enamored with a couple of them and spent $30,000 taxpayer dollars to build a half-court basketball court at the place where she's living now. This is going to be a story.
I'm fixing to tell you something that the insurance industry does not want you to ever hear. Bullies often delay and deny. I see them sitting on premiums paid and making money and dragging it out for as long as they can. Many times, we're forced to take them to court. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Their high-paid lobbyists are on a mission to make sure that at trial, jurors are not allowed to learn that the at-fault party has insurance, and in some cases, lots of it. I can think of no case in all my years where there was no insurance for the at-fault party. So let's fight back. It's all these bullies understand. Tell everybody you know the truth. If you've been injured in a car crash or hurt at a store or business, visit forthepeople.com. We're here 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Tell you guys about Michael's Flooring Outlet, my oldest running client. I started in October 16th of 2000, and Mike joined me in November. So we've been together a quarter century. During that time, literally thousands and thousands of DGS listeners have been to one of the 3 locations of Michael's Flooring. It doesn't matter whether you're looking for hardwood or wall-to-wall carpeting. They will loom you an area rug, exactly the colors that you want, exactly the motif, tile, linoleum. And here's the thing. Our competitors sell against us by saying like, oh yeah, that's a seconds place. It's a cheapy place. Not at all. We have everything brand new in the box. We have Mohawk, Shaw, Coronet, all the big names like everybody else. We just charge less, which drives our competitors crazy, and we have better installation. Go to michaelsflooringoutlet.com to find the nearest location to you.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgaier of Fira Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, registered investment advisors. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Traffic from the michaelsflooringoutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, another afternoon and another crash on northbound 270. This one is before the Clayton Road overpass. The right lane is blocked. Traffic is a solid jam at Doherty Ferry up to it. Then it's still kind of slow north of there up toward Clayton Road. Then after that, it finally thins out. Southbound 270, you're bogged down. South of 364 in pockets down through past that northbound crash scene. And then Big Bend all the way down to 55. It's busy because of earlier troubles. Southbound 170 is backed up at Ladue. Westbound 64, Kings Highway out to McCausland's heavy. Lindbergh to 270 is slow. And then west of Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to 70 is pretty busy. Eastbound 64 backs up Mason to 270, 170 through Hanley, and then there's a jam Kings Highway up to Vandeventer. We have a crash there. North 170, we have an incident at Hanley with lane blockage they were clearing. Traffic is a jam back to Scudder instead of just being slow. Westbound 70, Mutual Veterans Bridge out through O'Fallon Park looks pretty busy. It's slow at a couple of spots approaching Zumbell and Cave Springs. Southbound 55, Gasconade Bates a little busy, approaching Merrimack Bottom, slow on Highway Z. Eastbound 70 east of the Mutual Veterans is backed up to 64. 64 both ways delays, midway up the hill from 157 to 159. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
For 100 years, KMOX has been a part of St. Louis. Now, those moments live on, preserved, remastered, and ready to be heard again. Discover KMOX from the Archives, a podcast featuring classic audio from a century of service.
Sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original.
The KMOX from the Archives podcast, available now at KMOX100.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you're listening to KMOX, there is a very good chance that you are a fan of baseball. And right now, FanDuel is giving you a chance to call your shot with Daily Dingers. Joining the action is easy. You just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game tonight. And if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. And it's just another reason why FanDuel is the home of home runs. So go through the scorecard tonight, figure out who you like, and then place your bet at FanDuel.com/Missouri. That's FanDuel.com/Missouri to opt in for Daily Dingers and make your free pick on who's hitting a homer. FanDuel, an official partner of MLB. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. 3:33, Dave Murray time, brought to you by the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. Hello, Dave.
Hello there. Big day for me today.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I am starting. I've been messing around with it, but I'm starting something I've always wanted to do, but have never done it, never really had the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I am taking steel drum lessons.
Hey, you've talked about that before. That's cool.
I have talked about that before.
That's
but,
great.
But now I'm officially, I've been fooling around with it for a couple of months. And now I'm actually said, okay, I don't want to develop any bad habits. Let's start getting some lessons.
That's awesome, Dave.
That's great. Good for you.
Do you have any openings
there
in
you
your
go.
band?
Oh, for Dave Murray?
Oh, my God.
We'll go all reggae.
You'll start a whole new band.
I can already play Margaritaville.
Nice.
Love it. Love it. Mark Close. Mark is, I think, your age, maybe a year younger or so, but he started playing drums, I think, when he was 50 and took lessons, and now he's in a band. And yeah, I love it. I think that's great.
Give it a try.
For me, this would be very expensive because I would buy 50 steel drums. Did you already?
Well, I already have one. It's a beginner steel drum.
Yeah.
It's from a company called Panyard, and it's not a full steel drum, but my feeling is I know I'm going to enjoy doing it.
Yeah,
because I already am. But let's get comfortable with it.
What does like a really nice steel drum cost?
I think the one that I have is a couple $100.
Yeah,
a good steel drum is probably about $2,000.
Okay.
And that's on the list, but it's probably not on the list until sometime next year.
Very reasonable. Before we jump into
When do the dreadlocks come?
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Before we jump into the forecast, we were just talking about Kristi Noem, and Wheels doesn't think that she deserves privacy because of how she treated Americans. And then I had not seen the Tiger Woods photos of him in the back of the cruiser.
Oh, man.
Tell me you're guilty without telling me you're guilty.
I know.
Lord.
Tell me about another guy that is asking for privacy. You don't get it. You've done this now at least three times. 3 times that we've known you've rolled a car over.
That you could have killed somebody.
And he's just a miracle that he hasn't hurt anybody. So why does he keep getting chance after chance after chance? Why is he allowed to go seek treatment overseas?
What's wild, he has come out because people have, I guess reporters have asked him, or somebody has, why don't you get an Uber? Why don't you
Yeah.
get Lyft? Why don't you get a limo?
Just
Why don't
hire
you
a
get
driver.
Yeah. I mean, how many zillions of dollars are you worth? And he
Yeah.
goes, he doesn't want to do that because it will invade his privacy.
Yeah, he doesn't want anybody to know what he's doing.
Yeah. We
Well,
all
I get
already know
given
what
his
you're
history,
doing.
I know why.
Right.
We've given your history
we can
with
fill in the blanks.
the waitresses and all these other people. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I understand. But like again, how many times does he get off?
But
I mean, does he have to kill someone before he faces any real consequence?
Yes.
I mean, the whole like not wanting people to know where you are. There are people in the mafia who have drivers. Like, come on, Tiger, are you really?
He's gonna
doing-
pay for loyalty, right? Right.
Give me a break.
Yeah,
It's
sign
not a good
document.
excuse.
Get a non-disclosure agreement or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
Just, I mean,
No,
honest
but-
to God, I'd love to see that guy 2 months in jail, 3 months in jail, something to basically make the point like the rest of us. Like, if you do this 3 times, you think I get to go to treatment in Europe if I've done that a 3rd time?
Yeah.
Why does he have his license?
And not only
Great
does he have
point.
his license, he's designated as safe driver on his driver's license.
Because he went through the classes from
Yeah.
the previous accident, which is insane.
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
It's insane.
I don't know. But Christy Nome's husband pictures are quite startling.
That's one description. Startling. Something.
I mean, I
We
was
don't
just
kink
shocked.
shame on
It's
the
like,
DGS,
really?
okay?
Yeah, I don't want to shame the dude.
No.
But
No, he did it himself.
But when I heard his issue, and I was perfectly ready to see the product, but I wasn't ready to see the
Yeah.
product.
No,
Like
no.
when he was dancing with the balloon boobs, I was just like, over the
Oh, I didn't see any dancing.
Yeah,
You
you're
haven't
never
seen the
ready
dancing?
for you're never
Yeah.
ready for
Well, that
bimbofication.
You're not ready for
Yeah.
bimbofication.
Is it?
Yeah.
You think you are?
Yeah.
I
Don't.
had no idea that.
You
If
don't
you're
think
not
you can say
sure,
what?
don't.
As a female, I was so offended by the cockeyedness.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see what you mean.
Of the
I
nipples.
was like,
Yeah.
straighten them out.
Yeah, right. If it's
Okay.
so important
Yes,
to
I
you.
was
Well, I think
Yeah.
I think the sloppiness is part of the bimbofication.
Is it?
I'm not
Oh.
positive
Okay, because I
I
mean,
think
I,
maybe.
was so.
I actually feel worse for
upset.
him than anybody else.
because you feel like the man has an attention for detail, right? Like
Yes.
you feel like he wanted the waist a
Right.
certain thing, he wanted the breast a certain
Yes.
way.
Oh,
So
if-
to have
if-
them be uneven like that,
If I'm dressing as Darth Vader, it's going to
Yeah.
be perfect.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah, right,
I
right.
just, I
You're
couldn't.
right. I'm not gonna have like the chest plate sideways,
Right.
helmet's half off.
It offended me as a woman. I was like, come on, like,
Yeah.
no,
Do the minimum.
Yes.
Details.
Get them straight.
Oh, I think we've awakened something in Mitch.
You know what Mitch is going to be doing all weekend long.
Just don't do it on a school computer.
Yeah. Mitch says, I've never heard the word bimbofication, but I guarantee you he just Googled it.
Uh-huh. Oh, you heard it now.
Guaranteed.
I think there's probably a large percentage of people that have never heard that term before this story.
Yeah.
I'd never heard it.
I'd never heard it.
Yeah.
And
I
I
had
seek
heard
that
it.
stuff out.
All Dave's TikTok is going to be now.
Yeah, we're all saying this word, and now everything we get is going to be that.
I'm like, there's a name for it?
I'm going to open up TikTok and see what happens because it's hearing me.
Please don't.
What happened to me is that there's now a version of the New York Post in California. It's called the California Post.
Yeah.
And we're getting it just because they gave some ridiculous, get 3 months for, like blowing your nose.
Yeah.
And we get it delivered with the Wall Street Journal, and it's folded. And when I picked it up, letting the dogs out, the headline says, "What a boob." And that's all I saw. And I thought, oh no, Tiger's going to be on the cover again. That's what I thought. And
Yeah.
then I take it out of the plastic folder and I open it up, and it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the president's response to this?
No.
So someone from the Daily Mail got a hold of him over the phone, and they
Oh,
asked about it. And Trump's quote is, "They confirmed it."
Yeah,
Wow.
no, yeah, like we knew that all along.
That's too bad.
What was it? It was
That's too bad.
everybody's best friend Laura Loomer was tweeting today that look, she's like, everybody has known this forever. This is not a surprise. Christy knew it. Everybody's known it.
Not blindsided.
That's what. And again, keep in
The
mind.
trouble is it's coming from her. So
Right.
it's
Keep
like,
in mind, this is a professional crap disturber. Like literally, it's their job.
But it didn't really seem like he was trying to hide anything. Like his face is right there.
Yeah.
I know.
Is anybody happier than the South Park producers, though?
Well, probably not. Probably not.
But I've heard them interviewed, and they say this has been the hardest era of their career. They're like, we
Oh, yeah.
'Cause you can't do it in
satirize
reality.
life.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
when life is already a satire, makes it kind of tough. That's the kind of thing they would do. It's
Right.
like,
Right.
Chrissy, no. You know, it's
Yeah.
like they'd have the big fake balloon boobs, but that's already been done. So we're upsetting Mitch. He says Dave Murray time's going off the rails.
Yeah, we gotta prime away from that computer somehow.
Good luck tonight.
That's right.
Yeah. Mitch's roommate's in for a party tonight. So how we looking, Dave, for the weekend?
All right. Yeah, it's the long Easter weekend, 3-day weekend for a lot of folks. Let's focus right now. Not much around town. However, there is a tornado watch up to our north. It is north of Calhoun County, north of Pike County. So it's really not for us at all. And that's not going to drop our way. That's where the severe weather will be tonight, way to our north. We'll see some showers, maybe some non-severe thunderstorms. It will be windy, but we're mild, 62. Tomorrow, still unsettled, partly sunny, windy, 83 and rather humid. There'll be some showers and thunderstorms around. Same story Friday night. Saturday, the front comes through, but still showers around on Saturday, cloudy, windy, 60 for the high, then 40 degrees and dry Saturday night. So that's the northwest wind. Easter Sunday still looking good. Sunrise 6:40, sunny skies, a cool day for Easter Sunday, 55. But for the Easter egg hunts and all the outside activity, be aware the ground is going to be wet.
Cool. I had a topic I wanted to do with everyone here. So I'm not out early in the morning much, but I had a doctor's appointment this week, and I drove through a little neighborhood, and there was a dad walking his two kids to school. I'm sure that's what it was. They were 10-ish, 4th, 5th grade. And could he have been walking them because it was career day? Sure. But let's just assume he's walking them because he's walking them. Dave, I don't know about you, but I stopped being walked to school literally in probably 2nd grade. You know, I would walk the mile or so to school. I'd walk with my friends. I'd walk back home.
Oh, yeah, your parents would just say, go to school.
Go to school. Right. And so I'm wondering, what do you guys think? Do you think that the times have sufficiently changed now that we're walking our 10-year-old kids to school? The dad's too soft. Like, what when you see that picture, what do you think?
Times have changed. Just concern.
Are we smarter as parents than our parents were? Like, should they have been walking us to school?
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I mean, I think it's more, to me, if I'm looking at what makes the most sense, is that for the last 30-ish years, we've just been bombarded by news more, as opposed to it being at 5 and 6 and 11 or 5 and 6 and 10 or where we depends on where you live. But like, as opposed to you having to specifically seek out news to watch it on TV, to watch the network news at night or Ted Koppel late at night. It's in your face nonstop since 24-hour cable news, and it's only grown with social media. So you're overwhelmed with the information. Versus our parents that didn't have any of that information, but really the odds haven't changed. Your kid wouldn't be any less safe now walking to school if it's at the end of the block than they would have been 40 years ago.
I think there's something to be said. I think we all just want to check off in our head, like, okay, they are at the place they're supposed to be at, right? Like, I took my child to school and left them there, and I know that's where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a 10-year-old that doesn't have a cell phone, it does feel strange in 2026 to like send them off and then be like, they're fine. I'll see them at 3 when school's over. Like that
Different
our society,
standards.
yeah, our society is just different. I mean, it'd be the same thing if you wanted Phoebe to text you when she drove back to KU and then you just didn't hear from her, wouldn't you be going kind of crazy?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just on a micro level every day it's just like, yeah, let's make sure everything's cool. Let's make sure they're where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I'll just, again, as a parent, I'll just say we do too much. I'm in the group we, because it wasn't like we had constant problems with kids not showing up at school or not coming home at the end of the day. I mean, it happened, but it happened very rarely, and it didn't happen any more then than it does now. So, yeah, I think we've probably just been scared by what we are bombarded by, as opposed to the actual reality of what is.
There's also the concern of like, would the school be upset if a child showed up without their parents?
Oh yeah, that's that's the big part of the we, right.
Yeah,
because we have people now, like we've talked about, the people that get reported because they let their kids walk a mile.
Yeah,
like your kid can walk a mile. The kid was like 12. He's fine. I used to ride my bike 10, 12, 15 miles. So no big deal.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
All righty.
Tell you guys about Dr. Maupin, who I was going to see when I saw the gentleman walking his kids to school. And I had my pellets, and it was the easiest insertion I've ever had for my pellets. And it's never been difficult. But, every 6 months, you're like, oh, yeah, I have to go in and they're going to give me a shot and then they're going to do this and that. Caroline is my nurse who does the pellet insertion. She's absolutely great. Everyone there who does it is really, really great. That's what they do all day. So they're great at it. And within a couple of weeks, I will be feeling like my augmented self because I was about 6 months late on my pellet. So I was feeling my natural Davidness, and it wasn't all that great. And so hopefully the pellets will have me feeling much better in a couple of weeks. Right next door is BioBalance Skin, where you can get Botox and chemical peels and fillers and micro needling, which I'm probably going to get before my band gig on April 17th, so that you guys think that I'm more attractive than I actually am. Go to biobalancehealth.com for all the details.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we got a new trouble spot on northbound 170. This traffic reports the service of I-3 Broadband. It's a crash with injuries northbound 170 just before Scudder. Only the left center lanes are getting through. The jam's only back to 70 right now, so it's not terrible. Obviously, north of there, it's fine. South 170 slowed down more down to 64. Westbound Highway 70, a little busy at the east terminal of the airport. Otherwise, really pretty good shape all the way out to 64. Westbound 64, you've got delays approaching Kings Highway all the way out to Clayton Skinker, Clayton Warson, all the way to 270, and Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to 70 after that. If you're on eastbound 64 passing Vandeventer, still a little bit of a backup there. We still have that crash, so from Kings Highway through Vandeventer, and then downtown, east of Compton up to the Poplar slow. Westbound 44 between the bridges downtown heavy. Eastbound 70 east of the Musial Veterans over to 64 is jammed. 64 approaching 157, midway to 159 is slow. Southbound 55, Gasconade Bates pretty solid. Butler Hill to Merrimack Bottom busy. After that, it's not so bad. Southbound 270 delays south of 364 down to Doherty Ferry, and Big Bend down to Gravois. North 270 north of Manchester up to Ladue is heavy. Spring is here. Time to toss out that dusty treadmill and your laggy cable internet. Upgrade to 100% in-home fiber from i3 Broadband. Plus, we're springing forward with our longest price guarantees ever on our gig speed internet services. No data caps, just pure speed. Visit i3broadband.com/radio and start your spring off right. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Get ready to laugh out loud, St. Louis. The outrageous Broadway hit Spam-A-Lot is riding into the fabulous Fox Theater May 5th through the 17th. From the twisted minds of Monty Python, this Tony Award-winning musical brings you killer rabbits, dancing knights, and non-stop hilarity. It's the legend of King Arthur like you've never seen it before. More information can be found at KMOX.com/events.
The financial industry is getting rich on baby boomers. Don't be their next victim. Find out the truth of what's really going on in the retirement industry. Join Greg Ayler Saturdays at 1 on Fire Your Financial Advisor.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it.
Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
You know, here in St. Louis, word of mouth still matters, and I'm pretty careful about who I recommend, especially when it comes to something as personal as estate planning. I'm Tom Ackerman. My family has been working with the Laterman Law Firm for over 20 years now, and the reason is simple. They don't just create documents and send you on your way. They help make sure your plan works. Because let's be honest, life changes. Family needs and circumstances change. Laws change. But most estate plans don't change over time as needs, circumstances, and laws change. They're outdated, sitting in a drawer. People assume they're fine, and their plan will work when they need it to work. At the Laterman Law Firm, it's not a one-time transaction. It's an ongoing process. They build a plan to protect your family and your assets, and then for a fixed annual fee, they help keep it up to date as both your life and assets change. Check out the Laterman Law Firm at latermanlaw.com or give them a call at 314-514-9100. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
Welcome back, guys. DGS and KMOX. Janelle's still with us, which is good because I want to talk about a baseball topic. So Wheels, the Pirates just gave Connor Griffin $140 million over 9 years.
Yep.
Connor Griffin is the Pirates' J.J. Weatherholt, basically.
He's more than that. He's kind of like the comps on him are like Bobby Witt Jr., like different level dudes. He's their JJ, but he's like a step above.
Okay.
Physically. Like, JJ is a great athlete and a great hitter. This guy is a freak. He's 6'4". He's fast. He hits tanks. He's a good shortstop. Like, they're at the same level, right? Because they're both top 3 or 4 or 5 prospects in the sport, but Connor Griffin's more of a physical freak.
What would you expect apropos of this deal for JJ?
I think JJ, if they did a deal with JJ, because a lot of teams are doing this right now, and actually a lot of the analysis now is that they think teams are doing this because of the new collective bargaining agreement that will come in. Like, this is kind of like, hey, anything old will get grandfathered in. These are good deals.
Okay.
And they don't know what the new system's going to look like. Will guys hit free agency earlier? Will they not want to negotiate the deal? So it seems like a lot of teams are trying to get these deals done. Weatherholt probably falls more in line with what the Mariners did with a guy that's named Colt Emerson. They gave him, I think it was 8 years and $90 million or $95 million with escalators and like option years beyond that could make it even bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I would think his falls into that range, maybe between the two. Like maybe it's 100, 110 over the same time period instead of 140. But it's similar. He's in that category, and I would do it. If the guy's just an average player, that's a good contract.
Yeah.
If he's a star, then the team wins because the team gets an extra bonus.
And I guess the player's just stuck with it if he's a generational talent.
Yeah, I mean, but you also, like, every financial advisor will tell you money now is better than money in the future.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, all of these guys, plus it's also like locked in. And who was it? There was a guy just talking about this within the last couple of days. Oh, Corbin Carroll of the Diamondbacks, who's a great player. He signed one of these deals before he was a big leaguer. And he said, it's the best thing I ever did because then I just had to play. I didn't have to worry about performance or anything like that.
Awesome. Thanks, Janelle.
Mm-hmm.
Looking to build your dream home? Lombardo Homes is known for quality, luxury, and thoughtful design in some of the area's most desirable communities. And for a limited time this April, we're offering something we rarely do. Exclusive incentives designed to help you get more from your new home. From a free finished recreation room to premium kitchen and cabinet upgrades to flexible perks like design credits or closing cost savings, there's an opportunity waiting for you. But these offers are available in select communities and only for a short time. Visit LombardoHomes.com or stop by a sales office today.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect.
ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Guys, Kevin Wheeler for Game Day Men's Health, and you can find them at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. And I highly recommend you doing that. If you don't feel right, and that can be a lot of things, right? For me, it was physical